farewell and adieu to your Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu to your ladies of Spain, for we've received orders to sail for old England, but we hope in a short time to see you again. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar like true Hearts of Oak, until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant City is 35 leagues. Oh, we'll hove the ship to with the wind at the southwest. We'll hove the ship to, and soundings got we at 35 fathom with the wide sandy bottom. We squared our main yards and up channel steered we. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar like true Hearts of Oak, until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant City is 35 leagues. Oh, the first we made it was called the Dead Man, the Ramhead Plymouth, stopped Portland and White. We sailed past Beachy by Farley and Dungas until we arrived off the South Fallen Line. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar like true Hearts of Oak, until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant City is 35 leagues. Oh, the signal was made for the ground fleet to anchor all in the Downs that night for to lay. It's stand by us stoppers, let go you shank painter, haul up your glue garnets, let fly tacks and sheets. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar like true Hearts of Oak, until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant City is 35 leagues. Let every man toss off a full bumper. Let every man toss off a full bowl, for we'll drink and be merry and drown melancholy. So here's a good health to all true hearty souls. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar like true Hearts of Oak, until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant City is 35 leagues.
A nice little sea shanty to start us off. There you go. Hello, hello. New subscriber Zach, welcome. Right, let's just sort ourselves out here. Camera adjustments, you name it. How are we all doing? What a day. Oh, it's been a day. I'm pretty tired, I'll be honest. I don't know how long I'm lasting tonight. We'll see. I am 15 minutes late, technically. Technically, I'm 45 minutes late because I just needed a bit of a breather after today. But, yeah. What factions are open in here? Not a lot. Nothing here, look. Although I gotta go grab a corpse collector there. I should leak some information. I'm not going to leak anything. All I'm going to tell you is that don't jump to conclusions that the new login champion is a dwarf. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, I just didn't get half as much as I wanted to get done today. Unfortunately. It must be a cat. Yeah, like, so let's just talk about the rabbits first to begin with. Okay, so I would like preface my statement with I didn't intend to release a video that came across like I was having a go at Plarium. Some people seem to think I was basically like digging at them, which is not the case. I simply presented information that was not available in patch notes. Now, I don't think... what I probably should have done in that first video was go, now this could be a bug. Or basically contextualize it with, now I don't know whether this is intentional or not. Maybe it was a little bit too much like, they've nerfed the rabbit, how dare they? Fair enough, I get that. But in technical sentences, what I was presenting was correct, right? There was a nerf. Now, whether it was intentional or not doesn't really matter because it nerfed the champion. So the statement of the rabbit was nerfed was absolutely correct. The rabbit was nerfed. Now, I can see the logic of how it went wrong. Yeah, we've all been there, haven't we, Tackmaster? Like, I can see where it's gone wrong. Someone in a certain branch is messing around with different things. Maybe they were even started 7.1. Maybe they cloned that 7.1 branch from a branch that had different multipliers for the rabbit. And they've proceeded to release said branch without checking that they, you know, normally people will do a commit check. They'll probably check to see what's been changed. You normally have someone else doing that. Somehow it's got missed. It happens. Mistakes happen, right? Now, all I would say is at Plarium at the moment, whoever's in charge of that sort of whatever process they decide to do, because obviously it can depend on different teams, whoever's in charge of approving that needs to probably have a little bit of a look, because that's 2 patches in 2 windows in which significant changes have kind of been either put at footnotes or not even mentioned that kind of had a significant impact, right? These things should have been checked. So as much as mistakes can happen, 2 in 2 months, not really a great look. But hey, they fixed it. It's all that really matters, right? The rabbit's not nerfed. That's all that really matters. So, yeah, it's not really a bug. It's a mistake, right? It wasn't like, you know, so... For example, what you could call a bug is the Nogdar release, when they released Sand Devil, okay? If you think there's 704... At the time, there was like 740 champions in the game, maybe a few less. Each of them have up to potentially 3 to 4 skills. So you're talking like 15 to 1700 skills. There's no way you can test every single skill against every single boss. That's why you do have unit tests and you have a couple of scenarios, but it's very easy for one skill to interact in a weird way if it's not coded in a way that's normally coded by other things. That's why having code consistency and good dynamic structures is important. But you release a new dungeon, and then one champion that was already in the game does something weird to that dungeon. That's a bug, right? That's a traditional bug. Physically changing text is not a bug. That's someone made a mistake. Like, someone released bad code. It happens. It's no, you know, we don't need to start a witch hunt over it. It just happens. But that is the truth of it. The thing is as well, there's a difference between a build not failing and a build being correct. So what I mean by that is what Fugger was talking about there. A lot of companies now start looking at auto-release nodes and auto-release pipelines and different things like that. So unless something doesn't actually build because there's a coding error, then sometimes things can slip through because technically there's no error from a coding perspective. It's just not resulting in an accurate outcome to what you'd want in the game, which is what this would happen, right? The game would still build even with these new multipliers, but the actual outcome is different. So that's where you need someone normally checking these things to go, okay, what are we actually changing in this window? Okay, boom. You know, it's technically what I do every single time they release a new client. You know, I'm sitting there, I'm going through the client data to go, okay, what have they changed? What's different? That's how I picked up on it. So Playroom's in Ukraine and Poland, but they're also owned by an Australian company which is also based in Israel. It's a very weird setup. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, exactly, Tackmaster Mike. Now, I'm not the most I'm not a genius when it comes to DevOps, right? I've not done an awful lot of DevOps in my lifetime. I just know the process. So I can see where the error happened. I can see the path. I can see how it got through. That's why I don't really think anyone's to blame per se, but what I would be looking at from if I was a decision maker within Playroom, I'd be looking at going, okay, right, who's actually making the approval request because they need to be more thorough because we're letting things through that shouldn't get through. So but yeah, it was a bit of a shock. I was like, why have they changed this? I was going through the patch notes. I was like, why have they changed this? They have changed a bunch of different things with Hydra heads as well. I don't think anything is materially irrelevant, but I'll be keeping an eye out to see if Hydra interacts in a weird way. They've changed things with the way that the head grows and comes back and does different things. I think they're all bug fixes, but it's very hard to tell sometimes because you're assuming what something means. Yeah, so I think, obviously, Raid is mostly developed in Ukraine, right? Obviously, a lot of the developers live in Ukraine, but it's owned by Aristocrat, which is an Australian company, but they're also headquartered in Israel, so it's a bit weird. I don't really know. Yeah, I suppose that's a fair assessment, Ken, but I suppose what you've got to remember is I don't have access to those questions. Obviously, Hellhades does. I don't have access to those questions, so I'm just looking at the game data and going, why is this different? Have you done a Rabbit, Demitha, Seeker, and Killable team with lower speeds than the Hail Force one? I haven't, mainly because I felt like Deadwood had covered that off pretty well, and I didn't see much value in me, I wasn't going to copy him. So if you want to see those tunes, I recommend you go check out Deadwood's channel. Obviously, if you want to see Hellhades free-to-play team, the Rabbit, the Bunny Crusher, that looks pretty good, right? So what was my general impression of the Lord of the Rings mobile game? It's okay. It's basically like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes meets Lord of the Rings in a weird storyline with kind of funky graphics that probably need to be improved and a bit of basic mechanics. It's not a terrible game. I've seen worse. But at the same time, it's a little bit of it's basically a clone game, right? It's nothing special too much about it. I haven't had a chance to play any more of it today because obviously I've been super busy all day. Sometimes, Nick, Deadwood's in the house. There he is, lurking away. The funny thing is, I do a lot of clan boss, but I know for a fact that Deadwood has got an arsenal of weird tunes in his locker that he can pull out whenever he wants. Big shout out to Deadwood, by the way, guys. Get his merch. I love this mug. It's my cup of tea mug at the moment. It's pretty awesome. Deadwood, did we ever get an answer back off player about how the rabbit works out his passive yet? Amongst all the noise that's happened today. Did they actually clarify with us how it's working? You're very welcome, Birdman. So, for the context of what we're talking about, guys, we obviously coded in the rabbit into the Deadwood Jedi calculator. If you haven't used the Deadwood Jedi calculator, oh, they sent you new stuff. Okay, cool. Yeah, send it over after. But essentially, we coded the rabbit into the calculator, and then someone basically sent us an example where the rabbit seemed to be going after the man-eater. And we're like, oh, this doesn't make sense. So we were trying to look at it, and we were looking at the phasing and when things happen, and it said basically at the start of the champion's turn is when he starts applying his speed bonus. So we're like, okay, well, does that mean he applies it when he places the buff? If not, does he then apply it when he next takes a turn? If not, does he start applying it when the next champion in the team takes a turn? And then how does it work? And we kind of thought it must be the next champion, but then another tune came out which kind of contradicted what we already figured out. So we're in this situation at the moment. Me, Deadwood, and Short on Scales, we're a bit like, what the hell is going on? We don't really know. We haven't got a clue. Dander Bears gifted 5 memberships. Oh, wow, look at that. Everyone give a big shout out for Dander Bear. Thanks very much. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Mistrider Daithi is a monster. He's a monster. So I'm still trying to farm the stupid champion, even for unkillable. Yeah, I think so. I think he's a monster. I'm actually thinking about in today's stream, we're going to do a little bit of free-to-play here a sec. I'm thinking about actually building a Bat Eater. Deadwood, you may be able to answer this. Do you know of any Man-Eater team that we can run with Relentless that doesn't require the DPS to be both decreased defense and weaken? I've been trying to find a team that can do it. Yeah, Dan, I know what you mean. YouTube's still got a few features to come along, really. It's getting there. No. Yeah, that's what I'm struggling with. My Daithi's in Relentless, yeah. Yeah, it hasn't started yet, Cuppy. It hasn't started yet. I think it's probably... I think everything's going to like start around about the 18th, right? The first episode of the show is out on the 18th. We haven't had a Forge Pass this month yet, so I'd imagine the Force Pass is going to start on the 18th. And I imagine they'll start the new login champion on the 18th to try and promote the TV show. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? I mean, I can run Mistrider Daithi in just a standard Bat Eater, but you just lose out on the weaken, which kind of sucks. What we need to come up with, Deadwood, is if we can find a way to make it work at 5-3 with Countess Lix, Deadwood. If there's a Countess Lix Bat Eater, I think that's a solution, right? The Painkeeper drops, the Countess Lix comes in. The only downside to it is a 5-turn cooldown, not a 4-turn cooldown. If it's a 4-turn cooldown, then like 100%, like she could come in, right? Yeah, Countess Lix. Because she's got basically a Painkeeper A3, but with a 5-turn cooldown, but she has an A1 weaken, so it'd free up the DPS spot, just need to be decreased defense. I know, that's the problem. I'm sure I've seen a tune with it somewhere. So we must be soon to the Sylvan Watcher factions. I'd imagine maybe it's either the next patch or the patch after. I've given up on the Fortress, G-Car. I've been told so many times that Fortress is not bugged, and I'm like, well, here's 200 examples of how it is. keep getting the not. I need the rare. Stupid thing. Well, the reason why I'm talking about it, Deadwood, is I technically have a 5-star and a 6-star fully awakened man-eaters. I kind of, like, I've got a 6-star split soul, a perfect soul. I've got a 5-star already. So I'm tempted to just build a bat-eater because I could throw in champions like Whisper. But you lose a decreased defense, that's the problem. Yeah, on my main. Well, the problem with Bat Eater is you basically limit your options for the DPS slot because you need someone who brings decreased defense and weaken. So it's kind of like it's very awkward to fit more flexibility in. So I was, you know, Bat Eater is kind of like the only clan boss team that I know of that can actually support Relentless quite comfortably. So probably, yeah. 7 days will probably fall in CVC. Why not Draco? It's just but for content, Zandina. I want it for content so I can actually start testing some different, like, I can't really run Whisper in any clan boss team that's a speed buff team because she's just going to outrun the speed buff. So it means, like, if I ever want to run content for clan boss for Whisper, it's awkward to find this clan boss team. Whereas a lot of man-eater teams don't necessarily require you to be in a speed buff team, so therefore you can run them in Relentless. Normally, if you ever need speed, you can't run them in Relentless. You just lose a lot of strength and power. And any champion like grants extra turns, then obviously it doesn't work as a result of that. So, I mean, there's obviously a tier list for the thing, as Dead was saying, right? I mean, we know Draco's pretty strong. Jintoro can do it. Ninja could go in there, to be honest. He's fine with the turn meter boost. You can run Bellinor. You can run Venus. There's quite a few of them now. You could probably run Suzerain Katone. There's quite a few options. The problem is I wanted to do... like Whisper and stuff like that, but they take extra turns that you can't depend upon. It's not so much that they take extra turns, it's they take extra turns inconsistently. Like Mistrider Daithi will take an extra turn inconsistently on his A1, which will just cause the team to break if it's on a speed buff. So... Can Painkeeper Seeker into Mythic Clan Boss? Probably. I don't know if Painkeeper fits in there as a need, though, because normally you just run to Mythic 3-1. I think the Dead will know for sure, but I'm pretty sure the fastest one is something like double Demyth the Turvold or something like that with an ally attack. You basically just abuse the Turvold passive to get the 1 key as fast as possible, yeah? It's not an unkillable team, it's just a get there quickly. I do have Intoxit. Yeah, double Demyth I think is like the fastest one. Like you just put Turvold in the lead and you just smash it to pieces. But it's not optimal. Because not unkillable, right? It's not a speed tune per se. It's basically some form of a tune that basically gets you enough buffs on Turvold to try and kill it as quickly as possible. It's a relative speed tune, but it's not unkillable. So you're looking for a champ that can place weaken and drop defense both? No. I'm looking to create a speed tune, Zandina, that can support a relentless or extra turn champion that doesn't necessarily require them to have decreased defense and weaken. That was the issue. In an ideal world, what I'd love to do is make a Bat Eater style with what's his name? Ruella. Right, Ruella would solve it. I wonder, Deadwood, I know it's kind of bad though because you lose the increase. That's the problem. There's always a sacrifice with the Bat Eater because you have to run double Man Eater. You always lose something. No, I was going to do a video on Whisper this week, but I just ran out of time. Like, we could, like, substitute... Like, for a Daithi style team, you can substitute out Seeker and run in probably a Ruella with faster speeds or something. But, yeah, I don't know. Deacon Eater. It's the increased attack. That's the problem. It's such a massive loss for the man-eaters. And that's obviously where Brachus comes in powerful then, because you'd run basically Brachus as your DPS to support it. But that's not what I want. Yeah, I mean, Alika surprisingly hits really hard. A lot of people don't realize it. Her A1 is monstrous. The main problem with Ninja is his affinity issues. So if you need the 10%, you can't depend on it across affinities, and then sometimes that 10% can cause you problems. I feel like I've spent an age in this Hallowed Hall Stage 3 trying to get this freaking rare for the Relic Keeper. Yeah, you do have to empty the library for the Alika. She does love a book. Honestly, they don't have masteries, which is the problem, minimum effort. It could be an option, I guess, but I kind of have them in specialist builds. What about trying Shamael? For what purpose? Like, Brachus is unique because Brachus is the only champion that places weaken with an AoE increased attack. Brachus is just such a good clan boss champion. Like, he's the one champion out of all the non-voids that I would be very happy to pull on my main, because he offers something that no other champion can really offer. Is there an unkillable that can run Ultra Nightmare without changing speed? Yeah, loads of them. Ukometsu. There's loads of them. You got Myth Fu, Myth Air. You've got Bat Eater. You've got Myth Watchers, the one that I built. You've got the Rabbit's the same. Pretty much most. Once you hit an Ultra Nightmare 2, and a lot of them don't really need an awful lot of changing. The ones that generally do tend to be the block damage ones. Yeah, let me jump over to the main. I mean, it's kind of like I wanted to run Mistrider Daithi today, Deadwood, more than anything else. Let me jump over to the main. Brachus is more of a team player, Rob. It's what you can do with the team with Brachus. He unlocks the team's potential. I'll show you the team. I'll show you the account anyway, no, Deadwood. We can have a quick look now. Seeing as though I'm incessantly trying to farm this stupid rare. Rage-inducing. Daithi is a huge... like, he's massive on the free-to-play. Can I get, please, range... I've tried cap 240. I've tried so much. I can't tell you how often I've tried to get the Fortis fix. I've given up. These. So what I was thinking about is, so basically Deadwood, right? I mean, it was driven from the fact that I can do this. So I can get like a 5-star and a 6-star. It's tempting, right? Tempting. So like obviously right now I'm running this team. Which is cool. It's a fun team. But, you know, I always want to build new teams. So, obviously, when you're running Bat Eater, you're basically running probably a Seeker. Probably a Man-Eater. I promise you I don't wail on souls, okay? I've bought maybe 3 souls packs in my entire existence of this game. 3. I just happen to have got lucky with certain champions. There are 2 things I'm exceptional at in-game. Pulling souls and triple rolling gear. The one things I'm utterly awful at is pulling people's shards. So don't ask me to pull your shards, but I can do souls and I can upgrade gear. Can I ask why you used a barbarian dude in the comp? He is the only champion in the game that uses a different ability when he counterattacks. So essentially, he 30% turn meter fills on the A1 to get him into a 3-1 in a much lower speed Terrakil. And then when he gets attacked, he will also then use this ability, even if it's on cooldown, which deals a chunk of damage. And then we also get like 15% more damage from bosses. So, you know, I got him built in pretty good damage gear. He actually just smacks. He's actually a pretty good champion for like crowd control as well, right? You get an AoE stun. You get some stunnage on the A1s. He's immune to stun. He's pretty good. Do you want to pop on voice? Yeah, sure. Do you want to pop on voice on stream, Deadwood? I don't know if I can make this work. Let's have a look. Let me turn this down a bit. Where are you? You are live. Please do not swear. Let me put this on pause a second. Hello.
Hey, buddy. You can hear me. I can hear you.
Yeah, you are on stream. You are live. Let me check volumes.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Everyone able to? Are you able to hear Deadwood, guys? You might need to say something.
Maku. I'll laugh for you.
Yeah, there you go. How's it going?
I'm good. I'm doing okay, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm doing okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
You are my louder. Where is the number? Can you just say something a second?
Yeah, for sure. I can say whatever you'd like me to say.
Okay, try again.
It's interesting. I always seem to come across soft on other people's stuff, but I'm like, this is. Here, let me see if I can't actually turn up. Can you hear a difference now? Am I coming in louder?
You're spiking now. Yeah, turn it down a little bit. I actually normally drop my desktop audio lower, which is probably why nobody could hear you.
That makes sense. How's this sounding for you?
Too loud. Hang on a second. Try again.
All right. How's this here?
All right, I think that's good, right?
That's pretty good. All right. I keep my boost a little softer for my recording and stuff. So my stuff's all set, but obviously it comes across too soft for other people.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, we'll tweak it. As I said, normally my in my audio mixer within OBS, I normally drop the desktop audio down anyway, which is probably why you were super quiet anyway. So you just entered Dan James's soul. There you go.
You're welcome. So yeah, can we look at your champs that you have options for?
Yeah, I mean, probably the easiest way to do this is if I open up the optimizer, right? I probably just need to run.
I'll probably just if you go to champs and then just.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Blow it up.
I have a lot though.
That's okay.
I don't know why it does this like glitchy thing. Have you noticed this? Like sometimes if you're at a different weird resolution, it glitches when you try to scroll. It's really annoying.
Wait, go back up to the legendary so I can see who you have. Oh yeah, but you want to do.
It's the relentless problem. It's not so much the relentless problem. It's the champions that take conditional extra turns, like this like chick here, where is she? With Whisper, right? Because it's like you don't know when she's going to do it. It's that inconsistency, so she can't really run in Demytha style teams because the extra turns are going to ruin her. So I was trying to find a Man-Eater comp that can support dynamic DPS essentially. It's like someone who can fit into that last spot. I was thinking about like, can we modify it with the Ruella maybe? Because obviously with Ruella we would get all the primary debuffs on one champion, plus we get a little bit of a boost and increased crit rate. But it's that, well, you'd have to take the Painkeeper spot, and then you got to get the Man-Eaters into a 5/3 and a reasonable speed too, and that's the challenge, right?
Well, the best way, especially if you want to use Whisper, I think somebody mentioned it in the chat. I mean, the problem is there's a trade-off, right? Because if you want Man-Eaters going at a 2/1, you need Painkeeper. If you want Man-Eaters going at a 5/3,
you need a speed
pretty
buff.
much need the speed buff, because it falling off and staying on is what helps to moderate that 5/3 ratio.
Exactly.
I would assume, in theory, you should be able to make it work without a speed buff champion, but the speeds you would need on those Man-Eaters would be pretty stupid.
Well, that's the thing though.
Like,
when we first thought
area.
about those, the speeds were stupid, but now that we get so much speed from so many different areas, it might not be as stupid as it once was. I mean, it depends on what we really think stupid.
But I mean, even still, if you want to get the 300 speed, it's very difficult to still build damage on those champions, right? And that's part of the bad eater appeal. Is
well, you say that. I mean,
Man-Eaters do damage.
You say that
it can't be done, but I mean, it's.
You say that, but you know, I mean, and that's before I even apply my Demon Lord bonuses.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what I'm thinking about. Like the speed is it like. Go back 18 months, we were probably all like, these speeds are ridiculous. But now you get so much speed from like Ascendancy and like the area bonuses.
Sure.
Potentially, we could be opening up doorways to speeds that we didn't have before.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. My initial thought was, can I make like a Bat Eater framed around Ruella? Potentially, because at least with Ruella, you get all this primary debuffs, right? You get the decreased defense and weaken, and you get this like termeter fill on the A3 as well, so you can kind of like supplement it a little bit. But it's awkward because it's a 20 on a 4, not a 20. Is it 20 on a 3? I think it's 20 on a 3, not a 30 on a 3. And that extra turn is so powerful on Seeker, and of course you don't really want to lose the increased attack. So it's kind of like there's always a trade-off.
Yep.
Could you do a double Demither, making sure that the last turn in the turn count for block damage? So how would that work though? Because double Demither is a 1/1 comp, isn't it? It's not a 2/1 comp.
Double Demitha is a 2/1 comp for the Demithas and a 1/1 comp
for everyone else. So it's like low damage, really. You want kind of everyone running on 2/1.
Yeah. It's very doable.
I seem to remember back in the day, I found a Lix Eater comp. Let me have a look at my links of different things that I've got. I've got like a little Google Docs of like all my old Deadwood Jedi links of all different things I was going to build at some point.
Certainly possible. I just feel like, that could be tricky.
Yeah, so that's a speed buff one. We don't want to run that. Muttle. Some of the names I've come up with these teams. Like I got one here called Muttle Sita. I don't even know what that means.
Wow, I have no idea.
I think it's helmet with Man-Eaters and Seekers, I guess. Some crazy combo there. Because obviously I've built like double Man-Eaters with Archmage helmet before.
Mm-hmm.
Which is obviously a really good option. The only downside with that would always be if you hit wrong affinity, then the helmet's A1 is a bit like Ninja's A1. Bit of a problem. Because obviously if he weak hits, he doesn't get the same turn meter boost, and then you don't fall into line because you're relying on the turn meter boost from helmet to get you into that rotation.
If you're running a full 6-star cruelty, not as bad losing decreased defense. Throwing that out there,
it's still quite a lot though.
Instead of,
I mean, it's still 129. It's like 1292 defense, right? Or 1216.
Yeah, but you could still one key pretty easily with Whisper. I don't think it's going to be a challenge.
You could.
I mean, you will. I don't think it's like a question.
Well, probably my Whisper will, because she's 3-star with Phantom Touch and she's like rocking crazy numbers, 7k attack, 262% crit damage.
But that's the thing, right? You want to use Whisper, is kind of what I'm hearing.
I just want a team. So I've got I've been looking for a team that can run extra turn champions, because I feel like it's so difficult to get some of these interesting champions, like the Mistrider Daithis, the Whispers, your Marksmans, those type of champions that kind of have like this weird, sometimes I'm going to take an extra turn, sometimes I won't, into a clan boss team that is interesting to see how capable they are. I'm sure I found it's a Lix Eater. Here you go. What's this? I've got the Starcraft Eater in here. Okay.
Can you send me the link?
Yeah, I'll show it on screen as well. I think it's working. They're not that crazy speeds either.
No. Oh, well, you do have a 24% speed aura in that link.
Yeah, but I mean, that's easily recoverable these days. Because, we get 20 speed from the we get 20 speed from the area bonuses nearly.
And Lick brings a weekend, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so for everyone in chat here, the reason why I'm talking about Countess Lix is Countess Lix is basically like a legendary version of Painkeeper with bonus, with like a little bit of Renegade thrown in there. She's like kind of like somewhere between a Painkeeper and a Renegade. And the reason why we say that is because you get this A2 where you get this decreased speed, which is what Renegade gives you normally, but the weaker version. Then you get this A3 that gives you a 1-turn reduction of all your champion skills. It's on a 5-turn. That's the problem with Lix. It's a 5-turn. Painkeeper's a 4-turn. And with the bonus block active. You do get these like weird passives here, like fills this champion's turn over 5% each time an ally receives a debuff. That probably has an affinity issue. But it's such a small amount, it's probably not too bad. Although, we should probably check that works in the calculator, I guess. I have no idea. And then obviously on the A1, you get a weaken. So it's basically like the reason why it would be desirable is we get a weakened Painkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
So we could basically have something like this, and this with this. And then all we need is a decreased defense. Now that doesn't necessarily work for, say, a Whisper. But on the downside, on the positive side with Whisper, like, one of the 3 attacks will always be ignoring 100% defense regardless, right? Because obviously her A2 ignores 100% defense when she's attacking a weakened target. But for someone like a Mistrider Daithi, or Dave, or whatever his name is, I'm sure there's Irish people in chat persecuting me for my horrible translation of his name.
Just Daithi.
Daithi. I'm just going to call him Dave.
Ignore the T. That, pretty much.
Where is he? I've got so many champions. There he is. So you could put him like this as either a leader, get yourself some accuracy. That way we still get increased attack. We get all our primary debuffs. This would be desirable. Now, obviously, we don't have a speed aura, so we'd have to kind of go, okay, well, the Countess Lix need to be 334. This guy needs to be 277. I got a feeling these man-eaters are going to be like obnoxiously close to get the speed right. And then let's do it 238. And then if we put it into a 0. Yeah, these guys are going to be obnoxious, aren't they?
Probably.
This is everyone in chat is now probably witnessing what me and Dead would have to endure on a regular basis when we're building things. It's like, why isn't something doing what it was meant to do?
Oh, it's the worst. There's no...
The DPS needs to be slightly faster. There we go. Oh, he needs to be slightly faster. Like, there's probably flexibility to move around. But that's kind of like the ceiling.
Here's the thing.
And then obviously Mistrider would go in here.
I mean, how do you feel about having Deacon in?
Look at just have you put Mistrider Daithi on your side? Just look what he does. It's stupid. It's so dumb.
It'll work.
Yeah, just like, just look at what he's doing when you put him in, slot him in the Fushan's spot. Because he goes extra turn, then when he places decreased defense, he gets another extra turn, and then he gets another extra turn.
Oh, is he taking the?
He's taking 3 extra turns. Yeah.
Phenomenal.
So, I mean, that could work. I mean, they're big man-eater speeds. Like, this is a very, I mean, I have no idea if it probably failed. It even works on Spirit as well. Look at that. Holy. Now, obviously, Counter 6 can't run Relentless. Neither can man-eaters, which we know that. Seeker can't either.
How do you feel about using Deacon with Seeker?
Over who?
And then you still have the single DPS.
Over Counter 6?
Yeah.
I think that would be better for a Whisper setup, right?
Yeah.
Because Whisper can provide her own weaken.
I'll share this with
It'd be good if I could actually have it interchangeable, but I don't know whether these speeds could be interchangeable. Let's have a look at this. So it falls in by 7, right? Wow, that's really fast man-eaters.
Yeah, you can run it slower.
That's like super fast. Yeah. Using 24% aura, which probably needs to be 19%, right?
Oh, sure.
And probably some different delays and different things could get it into a different, better position. Like, I haven't looked here.
That's also probably true.
If I just like save this a second and just duplicate that off, put it over here so that I have it. I haven't looked to see whether doing different delays can modify the speed requirements down, because that's like something that can happen sometimes. Because no matter what you do with these comps, generally it's very hard to get full auto right from the start, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I wonder if there's like scope to make this. Like sometimes if you put Seeker on a 3-turn delay, you can drop the speeds right down. So hard though to get the. This is where you're play testing. I'm not sure really if it can be done. I'm tempted by this though. I mean, the man-eaters at 277 speed is kind of. Yeah, so I'm sorry, I'm not really catching chat here very much. This would be for the main account. This would not be possible on the free-to-play because I don't have the man-eaters. But like 277 speed is not terrible for man-eaters. Their base speed is pretty bad though, isn't it? But one of them would have obviously the full star blessing, which kind of helps because you get the speed bonus. Oh, 98 is not too bad. Counter 6 is quite fast at 100, so it's not so bad. I don't know if I have a solve for Counter 6. I don't think I do. No, we don't.
That's too bad, actually. She would be beneficial.
Yeah, she's a marketplace pickup, probably.
You could brimstone it.
Yeah, you could brimstone it, right? But the base speed, for example, the man-eaters would be like 98 plus 6 plus 12 for the 5-star one, or for the 6-star one. Wait, I haven't given him a blessing yet. That's probably... I mean, that's the thing. If I use my other Seeker, I've already got a 6-star cruelty. I could start rocking a 6-star Phantom Touch.
There you go.
I'd imagine one of them needs to be Phantom Touch, right? I can't imagine a better blessing. Unless I went like Aura, but I mean... Who cares about... Oh, Champion Law.
I mean, you put one of the man-eaters in cruelty, and then you could put Seeker with Phantom Touch, who has actual attack in her kit.
Yeah. I prefer to creep Seeker in cruelty a little bit because he's more universal than man-eater. So if I put him into a different clan boss team, then obviously I don't have to spend 200 gems swapping it. And to be honest, the man-eaters can get a lot of damage out with even low amounts of attack. The base attack is not that much difference. It's about 150, so it's not like you're losing dramatically. It would just be lower damage potentially with the, you know, as you said, it would be more optimal to have cruelty on the Seeker. Phantom Touch on the Seeker, because obviously he runs slower, you can build more attack. So, interesting though. I mean, I don't actually know. Was I running the update? Yeah, it was. Update. Let's just update the extractor. I'm not sure even if I can get, like, I know I can get 334 speed on counter 6. That's not too difficult. Should be glass cannon, but does it really matter? Probably not.
Swap those speeds.
Hey, Wraither Car, how's it going? Dutchy, welcome. Dreadnought's in the house. Shaq's in the house. Let's just do a hypothetical. Countess Lex. What kind of build can I get in a damage build with her A1 being the primary damage? She probably wouldn't need to use A2. Exclude priority 1, and we'll put her in that, pinpoint accuracy. Well, do we want to put her in Laura Steel? We probably would want to put her in defense tree, right, for man-eaters, because you want the counterattack. I'm so used to making Demitha comps, I always go support tree, but man-eater, you want the counterattack. Boss is 2, 1, 2, 1, 6. Lots of zeros. Decrease defense and weaken on a boss. Probably an accuracy aura of 40 with Daithi or Daihi.
Okay, buddy. I got you. Oh, no, I don't got you. Damn it.
What did you have?
I almost got you. I almost got a 5-3 man-eater with like mildly more reasonable speeds.
Oh, cool. 333. Like 200. I need to actually. I really need to get area bonuses in the optimizer. I'm lagging behind on it because now I have to remove 12 speed off this to get down to 321 with accuracy of 220. Let's get a little bit of glyphage on the go. Let's have like a +4, +7, +5. Let's go with that. What kind of crazy banners do I have going on here? Oh, I have a triple roll attack percentage. A triple roll. Wow, look at all these triple rolls. I actually have a lot of triple rolls. It's kind of gross. Anyway, primary stat, probably accuracy or attack. Order by speed. Give me the fastest ones. Ignore glyphs. Okay, well that's kind of disappointing. Wasn't as fast as I was hoping for.
Who's that other champion that does the Terminator boost on 3-turn you were mentioning? It's not Daithi,
Ruella.
right? It's Ruella?
Ruella. Hey, Space Toad. So, I mean, I've got some good options. I've got lots of like +18 speeds. Not necessarily in accuracy, but in attack. But you can always find them elsewhere. There is a 5-star 19 speed on my Allure. That's probably not someone I want to take that off. There's a 17 +4 on my other Allure, which is being used in Dark Fae. But she could probably go slower. Like there's a revenge one for that. Let's use that. Oh, wow. I have a 6-star crit damage, triple roll, accuracy. It's pretty good. But I'm going to go with that one.
You're building it. You're in it now.
The Allure is just hogging all of the good gear. If I had a Halls ring, I wouldn't need a Allure, but I don't have a Halls ring, so Doesn't really matter. We'll use it to
Is it Rella's? Oh, it's her A3.
It's A3, yeah. So I always prior A3 in the calculator.
Yep. I wasn't doing that, so that's what I needed.
Let's see what we can get. Can we make a very nasty counter slicks on 333 speed? The answer is yes.
Maybe.
Not a bad build either. It's not even using my rank ones. So obviously the current clan boss team. 106 crit rate, 170% crit damage, 4.4k attack, 314 accuracy. It's not bad.
I feel like that pass was gonna fuck everything up. But hey.
What, her passive? Channel woe.
Wasn't it like a speed passive?
I wonder if it's actually working. Let's have a quick look.
I think so.
We do, I should say to everyone in chat, we do know what we're doing. When we say things like, I wonder if this is working, we do know these things work generally, but sometimes some things work in ways we don't expect. Like it's targeting the wrong person. So I need to put this in spirit. So when does she get a debuff? Why isn't she not getting a debuff till on A2? She should get a debuff on turn 1, shouldn't she? Oh, so why is that not showing up? When does the speed debuff? Is it the first AoE or the second AoE?
What, speed debuff?
From the boss.
Second AoE.
Second AoE, that's why I couldn't see it. That makes sense. Right, so I need to make her just slightly slower than the boss. So I can see this working in... Yeah, so she should take a tick here. Because she's ticking for 13. So when we go to here, she should get 105 plus 5. Should be 110. If I can do math today, which is it's a myth if it's possible. Because she's increasing by 13, so 92 plus 13 is 105. 110? No.
What was the math?
Oh, wait, she wouldn't be ticking 13 anymore, would she? Because she'd have a speed debuff. Let me just check the code. Your window. Does it actually take into account Counter 6's debuff? Or not? The answer is...
No.
It's thinking about it. It's loading. I actually need to add the new champions to the clan boss calculator. That reminds me of a task I didn't get to today because of the rabbit disasters.
Oh, I got one for you.
Oh, have you?
Aha!
Aha.
Why don't you? I got it. Squad. But it's not a man eater team. That's a.
It's all right though. It doesn't have to be a man eater team. As long as it can support relentless. Or basically conditional based extra turns, I should say.
Yeah. I think this one would.
Do you know what? I bet it's because we haven't coded debuff added. We'll add that list tomorrow. The Rune Dork. Do you want to send me a link?
Yes. I don't feel like this is my final think of it, but it's not quite the same.
I'm told aha is better than the laugh. So aha. I feel like we could actually like make a voice notes compendium from you. I think we've got a marketable product here. We could make you a lot of money.
Sure.
You know, like on my stream deck, I could have different buttons that plays like your different like tonal responses to something. It's like when I'm in arena and I'm losing, I'd be like, aha. It could be so good. I feel like there's a market for us.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
We should
we can make that
we
happen.
should do it right. Just make like a Stream Deck plugin, which is basically like Deadwood Jedi responses to things.
That sounds right.
Let's have a look at this link, Glenn. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think the passive is applying yet, so it could be utterly disastrous, but hey. So there's a speed buff. Oh, no, that's only on Turvold. So there's no speed buff. Unless it's dependent on Turvold, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it is or not.
When does it fall into tune? How does it survive the stun target?
Leorius.
Yeah, I don't have Leorius.
I'm not saying you have to use it. I'm just saying it's a foundational build upon which to construct something more effective.
Wait, does yours go in
That would-
3-1?
that would
Because
be
mine
how I
cuts
would look at
off.
it.
The final turn, it ends with only Leo going 2 turns. Is that correct?
Yeah, so he would be the stun target, but he gives himself that unkillable ability. Right? That would be but the idea is everybody's, most of them are sometimes.
Yeah. Deadwood on my sat nav, please.
What'd you say?
I'm just reading chat. Someone Ross Tucker said, "Can I get Deadwood on my sat nav?" Turn right and you have passed
there you go.
Teleria.
Yeah. No problem.
So I mean, I can build a pretty nasty Countess Lix considering it's 321 speed. I'm not even using my good gear.
I mean,
If I use my good gear,
look, if you can do it, don't let me stop you.
well, it's a question of doing it, wanting it, and knowing whether that actual passive messes things up. Because I mean, do we ever get a debuff? It's going to ruin it at the first AoE because we get a debuff. And that's kind of a bit of a... So, but it's actually probably okay because she's guaranteed to take a turn next. So that's not a problem, right? Because she's just going to fill herself up anyway. So that's irrelevant. So that's okay. So turn 1 is not a problem. So Void is okay. What about Spirit? The only people that don't have block debuffs is Seeker. So... Five would basically put her at potentially 98, and Seeker's at 104, so that should be okay. And then after that, nobody ever gets a debuff again, so I don't think it's a problem. Tout Vidas Vadu Palas. I've probably butchered your name. I apologize. Thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the Minion Club. If you haven't already joined our fabulous Discord, where we talk about all things raid, you can obviously join and request your minion role because the gods of Google refuse to allow our Discord to automatically register the memberships, which is a true pain in the backside. I don't really know why, but hey, head over, request your minionship, and I will give you the role. There's loads of little fun channels you can talk in and everything else. So yeah. So, I mean, I think the passive is fine here. I mean, it's interesting. It could work. I mean, it's not that it could work. It will work. I actually want to kind of sit here and laugh at how many times Mistrider Daithi takes an extra turn. Because I don't know if you've seen some of my free-to-play. It's a bit it's stupid, the amount of extra turns you can take. Because the thing is, I think the skills extra turn stack up with the set extra turn. So you can basically extra turn twice on the A3. That makes sense? Because they're separate rolls. So if I roll at A3, I got a roll to roll Relentless. And then if I A2 and I get an extra turn, I got another roll of Relentless, which means A1 queues up with another turn, and it just kind of keeps going.
All right. Well, I'm interested to see. I'm going to let you go.
239 speed is fast, though, isn't it?
It is.
It is
I just wanted to
fast.
hop on, though, for a little bit and chat with you about
Yeah,
it.
man. Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, brother.
If you come up with anything, send it over.
I will. Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem.
I don't want to take up your night though. Don't feel obligated. But if you come up with some crazy idea, I'm all for making crazy clan boss speed tunes.
Dude, I got you. I got you. It's just I guess the only question is what is viable.
Yeah.
Just a little bit crazy. Yeah, the rune dork's interesting only because everything's on a 5-turn cooldown. That's why I would that might be interesting. But then of course the turvold part of it is a little bit tricky because you have to adjust.
Well, it's the Leo bit. It's like how do you deal with the stun, right? But if you can get around the stun, like that's the thing with this thing. Where was the link? If you can get around the stun part, the rune dork bit here. We did use rune Dazdirk as a rehost sub in my current team. He was quite good as like lead, like the first champion to go to cleanse. Is very good. Good old Dazdirk.
Yes. Dazdirk's great. Well, plus with him, you don't necessarily need Seeker, right? Because you don't need.
No, because you get your backup increased attack, which means I mean, I don't even know what the increased attack coverage is. The only advantage with having like a relentless Mistrider and a relentless Whisper is they both self buff their increased attack, so the rest of the team can keep, get basically supplied by Seeker. They're just going to keep supplying themselves with increased attack, which is actually quite nice.
Yeah. Then you should look at doing the Deacon Eater. That's the easiest solution.
Yeah, but I feel like you lose a lot of damage then from the. Like, I mean, what even is this? The Deacon Eater speeds.
You just use Deacon instead of Seeker. It's not crazy. I think it bumps the
278, 278,
slow, like 220. Your DPS is slower, and then the rest of your team is a little bit faster, but it's not crazy.
I mean, definitely the Deacon Eater works for Whisper, right? I mean, Whisper would be perfect for that.
That's where I would want to use them, right? Is with Whisper. I think it would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, you just unfortunately lose like the increased attack on man-eater. The Painkeeper doesn't really do any damage, right? She's
right, exactly
trash anyway.
And you're probably gaining damage because you're using Deacon instead.
Yes.
Right?
My Seeker hits really hard. My Seeker does like 31 million. So.
Oh, I meant instead of Painkeeper. Right.
Oh, so what you're saying, Seeker?
Oh, I guess I still has Painkeeper and it doesn't.
Yeah. So Deacon man-eater Painkeeper Whisper it would be.
Yeah, so you're definitely losing some damage there.
You're losing the man-eaters damage really, because Deacon and Painkeeper don't really do that much damage anyway.
Right, so, but you don't have Seeker anymore. That's so
it's the people that suffer is the man-eaters, right? Because Seeker is good damage. Don't get me wrong.
You suffer overall because you don't have Seeker, you have Deacon instead, and that's definitely a drop in damage. And then yes, the man-eaters
suffer not having the increased attack because they do have a huge multiplier, so that makes a big difference. Whereas obviously this Lix team, I mean, I can do 3-2-1 because I can basically use the 12 bonus that I've got in my area bonuses to get to 3-3-3. It's just, do I want to traumatically destroy my Clan Boss team? Because it's still semi-manual, I guess, because I have to delay the Countess Lix A3 by 2 turns. I can open with A2. Can I prioritize this one? Don't think I can. Yeah, it's just a problem. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it's... no, it's a problem. I was trying to see if I can automate it by basically putting a delay on the prioritizing the A2, and then delaying the A2 by 1 turn, but you have to prioritize the A3. Unless we don't delay this. I think it'd be a problem whichever way I do it. Yeah, so can't do that. So it's going to be manual regardless. Because you've got to delay the man-eater as well, right? So you've got to go man-eaters, A2, A1, A1 before you can A3. Or A2, A1, A2. Whichever way it goes. I don't know. Some crazy combination. Let's do it. Let's ask chat. Should we build this team? Should we build this crazy team? Ask the community. This is the team we're talking about. To test out Mistrider Daithi, we would... I do have a second Seeker, but he's not 6 out of 6. But for the purpose of testing...
You don't need it. You don't need it.
No.
Because the man-eaters are 6 out of 6.
So I can retain my existing Clan Boss team, because essentially the only champion that kind of carries over Seeker. So we can retain the existing this existing team, build up a second Seeker to 254, just to see. What we really want to do is see how crazy is this Mistrider Daithi and Clan Boss. Right, that's what we want to see.
What do we want to see? I'm not asking for a lot.
Now that Reaver has a team of 6 man-eaters, so maybe you can swap one for Relentless. How can you fit 6 man-eaters into a Clan Boss team? How does that work? It's always a bad idea asking people should use something as a poll, right? Because you know the answer is going to be yes before you even get started.
Oh, it's already a given. Already a given. All right, I gotta go.
All right, man. Thanks for hanging out.
I do want to see the result, but let me know.
I'll probably build it now because, you know,
right.
I'm crazy. See you later, man.
I like it. All right, bye.
Guest appearance from Deadwood Jedi. He is a genius. If you don't already subscribe to Deadwood's YouTube, what planet are you on? Go check out his channel. His website is really cool, really, really good to find different Clan Boss teams. Top notch, right? Go follow him. He is a god when it comes to these sorts of things. Right, so I think we built this. I don't know if I can optimize it any better. Let's have a quick look, see if we can optimize it any better. Are there any other irresistible burns apart from Drang? Yes. Ignatius. Iggy is the one that people use besides Drang. Especially in hard 10, they use Ignatius into double AoE max nuke into double like activate, I think. What is more damage for Hydra? Well, probably Giant Slayer, I guess. Iggy's really good because he is the only one that can do 100% guaranteed, so. Yeah, single target though. I'm guessing, unless... well, if you want a single target, then Eleanor will has it, like Grat says, right? If you want AoE, the only 2 AoE that I know of is Drang and Iggy. Single target, Eleanor will has it as well. Right, let's see if I can optimize this in any way. I don't think I can, because I think if I drop this speed here, then we lose out down here, basically. Let's just play some different examples here. So what you normally want to do if you want to see if you can no, all I want is a team that can support extra turn champions. This team can basically support extra turn champions. The only downside is it requires an increased defense, right? The problem with Bat Eater is the DPS has to be your decreased defense and your weaken because you have no capacity or space for those debuffs. Now, you can often get away with not having the weaken, but you don't really want to get away with not having the decreased defense. Where in this team, we're using Countess's Elixir's A1 to get us a weaken, so it means that the DPS only has to be a drop defense, which is why Mistrider Daithi is achievable here. And this isn't for the free-to-play, this is for the main account. So what we can look at here is we can see where it breaks. If I drop the Man-Eater, we can see it breaks here, right? That's the break point. Because he's not going before here. He's not going fast enough here. So we could try to delay the Seeker A3, or we can like try and pull it back. It's very difficult to adjust these. And like you can see, there's not a lot of room for... I need exactly 277 speed with these Man-Eaters. Or ideally some combination where one is in perception. So we're going to have to be very careful with these Man-Eater speeds. I think we can do that and then have that in non. That's okay, it's moving for growth there. So Yeah, they fixed it, Bill. They've reverted it. Fair play to them. They got on it straight away and they fixed it back. Use Whisper, Helicath, Tower, Deacon, and Brogni. Nice, okay. Yeah, I kind of just want like a framework, right? Because for me, it's always useful to be able to test some of these champions. Like there's a bunch of different champions in the game where they're so close to being good, but their mechanical skills are a problem. Like, so a classic example is they just buffed, they just reworked a little bit of Marksman, right? This hits really hard. This is really good. You get a turn meter fill on all eyes for 20%. Here's the problem. You can't run this because there's 25% chance of granting an extra turn. And you can basically run him in Clan Boss as an A1 plus Poisoner in this team if you didn't have that. You could even use... Oh, you can't. It's an Arena Aura. So it's kind of like if you can support this extra turn, he's actually a really good Clan Boss champion because you get a 100% chance to place a Poison for 2 turns if he crits with a big hit on the A3. Very good. But often Clan Boss teams are running increased speed. So if you're running a speed buff, you can't reliably use extra turns that don't consistently happen. You can build in people like Krutraxa, Lord Shazar, Turvold, because you know when the extra turn is going to happen. This guy, you don't know if he's going to do it from time to time. That's the problem. So we could basically run Marksman in this team with Counter 6. Okay, we wouldn't have decreased defense. It's kind of rubbish. But he'd have a chance to ignore 35% defense here. Actually, each hit has a chance to ignore defense completely. So, but that's like a 45% chance to basically ignore defense completely on each hit. Pretty strong. You can run a double Rosh card Nicholas Helicat teams with Seeker. Yeah, you can, but affinity is the problem with those, right, Nexard? That's the problem as well, is trying to get affinity to work. No, this is only a 2-1 team that you're looking at here, right? It's the only reason why you're seeing 3-1 is Daithi is a bit of a monster with extra turns, but you can see that Countess Lix is basically running on a 5-3 because she's a 5-turn cooldown. The Man-Eaters are running on a 5-3, and then you've got Seeker running on a 2-1, and then the DPS is running on a 2-1. But obviously Daithi's taking 4 Clan Boss turns because I'm just going to build this. I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm going to build it as it is, and we're going to see what it is. I've got backup champions, right? I have secondary champions for all of this. Because we have in the vault somewhere another Seeker, which is 2-star. So we can basically put this dude as a... So the decision we've got is, do we make the 5-star Phantom Touch? Or do we make the 6-star or Cruelty? So it's basically, do we want a 100% chance with bonus, or do we want 5% more ignore? Very difficult. Isn't that the same problem though? Santa, Warcaster, Seeker, Extra Turn, Doom Priest. The DPS is exclusively going to have to be a decreased defense and weaken. It's the same problem as Bat Eater. No, yeah, I only need 1 Cruelty. So what I'm saying is, so we're going to be running this dude, ignore this Seeker, because we're going to be running a secondary Seeker instead. So we've got another Seeker we'll be using. And then we've got Mistrider Daithi. He is going to be in Phantom Touch because he's damage. And then we've got nothing on Counter 6. So the option we've got is one of these Man-Eaters should be Phantom Touch, the other one will be Cruelty. Do we want to go the 6 out of 6 for Cruelty and get 20%? Or do we want the 6 out of 6 to be the Phantom Touch to get the 100% chance of inflicting bonus damage and getting a chance at the second instance? Keeping in mind that 5% defense is 76 defense. Yeah, Man-Eater is not a support. Man-Eater is a damage dealer. Like, it's only 76 defense. I'm running counter slicks for it, Dutchy. And the bonus damage is a lot. It is a lot. How much a percentage of total damage does a man need to do? Fair amount. You build him correctly, man. The way that you used to be able to one key back in the day was the man-eaters were more important than the rest because the man-eaters will find the damage. Does he do more than 30% damage? Well, the team share, he'll probably be like 20-30%. He'll be 20 or 30%. I mean, we can simulate it a little bit because we can basically pull up the Excel and we can simulate the difference. Right? So we're going to go my old spreadsheet. I haven't looked at this in a while, actually. Yes, it does, but actually, does the 5%... Is the 5% better than having the extra Phantom Touch is what I'm thinking, Nexard. You know, while we're doing this, let me just go into here and let's just like equip that and then put you as 1. Right, so she's got her... Right, she's got her build there. Wait, is that giving this build? Yes. Okay, so she's at 325 speed. Don't ask me why she's at 325. Probably glyphing or something crazy like that. You can max that out as well. If we go to... Let's have a look what we could achieve. Obviously, we haven't got the stats in here. With A2, battle, boss, 250, 12, 16, 00, deepest defense, and weaken. Doesn't need accuracy. We don't want him to have any accuracy. He would need to be 277 speed. Now, I've got some pretty good gear. We have some pretty interesting gear here. Yes, look at that piece. Look at it and rejoice. 23 speed with a roll on attack percentage. Here, interestingly, I actually want attack with crit damage. I want this piece. This will actually deal more damage on Man-Eater than a crit damage primary stat because of the way that his base multipliers are coded. Attack with crit damage is the only place. It's like Brogni is another one like it. If you get triple rolls of crit damage on a substat, because of the way that the flat stat attack translates into his high multiplier on his A2, because it's got 8.6 times multiplier or something crazy like that, this is strong. You know, we could even look at something like, oh god, we got this new filter. I haven't looked at this yet before. So we want attack with crit damage. Not so good. This is why I've got a lot more in this faction, because I want this. This is really good. Really good. If you can triple roll it, it's really good. Ooh, that's pretty bad. Oof, nearly. So this piece here will do more damage than a crit damage piece. If that rolled that, would. I mean, I shouldn't really. Damn, it baited me. It baited me, so probably critical damage. So let's go with that. And then we just want attack with attack percentage. I have silver this time. I got 20 million. It won't last, but... Just joining in. Man, Seeker, Countess, and Mistrider David. Yes. That's what we're trying to build, Zach. You got it, Darky. It's exactly what I've done. I have the odds to do it. So then I just want, like, best attack percentage. Not so good. This, glyphs, basic, probably like +3. I don't want any of those. 5%. So, what can we get when we're doing this? We'll run that. So we're going to run the leader, which is Mistrider Daithi. Man-Eater. Right, so he's going to be Phantom Touch with 2. One of the Man-Eaters is going to be at, like, we'll just put him at 6 and we'll put Cruelty at 5 for the time being. Seeker, we'll just put him in that. And Countess Lix has nothing, so we'll just give her, like, Heaven Cast at 0 for now. 0. So I just need to check a few things first. It's been a minute since I've checked this spreadsheet. So, Cat, really? We're trying to do math. It's been a busy day, and we got to do math, and you're sticking your tail in the way. Zaf, thank you for your YouTube comment. Quick question: does the new path solve Sisia burn on Spider? The new path. I heard something about Sisia having a problem, and apparently they fixed it. I don't know. I know someone was sending me messages. I haven't had a chance to reply to them yet. I've seen a lot about it, but apparently they have. What is the new Void Lego A1 shield multiplier? It is on the website, Acrobat. It is 1.1 times defense. It's not crazy, but it's good. Right, so let's just check the multipliers here. No. Just doing, I'm just updating my spreadsheet to make sure I haven't overwritten anything manually. 0, cool. Boom, 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 boom. Don't know what that is. You can go away. Tables. Use defense. Okay. So they're probably... Daithi's going to have War Master, Man-Eater's War Master, War Master, War Master. Probably War Master, I'm going to say across the board. Who am I going to put in Toxic here? Oh, it's going to have to be Seeker. I think Seeker's going to have to go in Toxic. So you're going to have to go in Toxic. You're going to go in Other. Now, in an ideal world, we'd put Man-Eaters in Fury, believe it or not. So I got Ultimate Kale. Where does he shine? Ultimate Kale? You mean Supreme Kale, Turgle? Do you mean Supreme Kale? Hey, do you think Playroom will ever do instant battles for Clan Boss? No. They pretty much said they never want to make something instant. That's like what we saw in Lord of the Rings game yesterday. They'll never do that. Supreme Kale is great for resist busting. If you need something that you just need to, like, high resistance areas, Bommel, those kinds, he'll be really good. He's also a great poisoner. He's also a great damage dealer. He's also a great stun set person. He's a great provoker. You know, I actually think Supreme Kale is really, really good. It's difficult. I don't have him to really show him off in that cases, but he's really designed for high-end content where you need the extra accuracy and stuff. But he's very strong damage. Hydro he'd be great at. The only thing I would say is obviously his poisons won't benefit, but certainly, like, you will never ever like need accuracy in Hydra again. When he's in your team, you just don't need accuracy. He's crazy. So yeah, I think there are some things that they could instant battle though, John. Like faction wars. Do I really need to see my faction wars team run it again? No. But other places I don't agree that they should be instant. So now that that's checked off, what we can do here is, this is kind of crazy. This is going to blow your mind. I've shown it off before on stream. But so what I can do is do this a second, hide this. Why not Licks in Toxic? 333 speed in Toxic. I can do it. It's just a big ask though, isn't it? Like, just about. My Toxic is pretty good though. I've got lots of damage. I just don't know if I don't know if I can hit the speeds. So what we're trying to work out at the moment is it better to go 6-star Cruelty and 5-star Phantom Touch, or 5-star Cruelty and 6-star Phantom Touch? Because we've got the Man-Eaters, we have got a 6-star and a 5-star, so I'm trying to decide which one has Cruelty and which one has Phantom Touch. So what I'm doing is I'm mapping it into my damage spreadsheet over here, which basically estimates my damage output. So Dave is going to be a bit awkward to work out here, because we're going to have to basically work out his odds and probability of getting extra turns. And he gets a lot of extra turns. So we go A1, because technically Mistrider Daithi is going to be doing a 4-1 here. Yeah, he's going to be going 4-1. It's not true 4-1, but it's basically a 4-1. Dreadnought 427, welcome to the minionship. Ah, we got quite a few minions tonight. Welcome. If you haven't been a minion before, head over to the Discord and request your role. I will probably do it after the stream. But yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad to have more people here. So what are we going to do? So I need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I don't have enough extra turns. My calculator wasn't built for 4-1. Oh, it's fine. We'll figure it out. What number did I get up to? 11, 12, 13, 14. And he's going to do 1, 2. Then we've got to assess. We're going to get 18 extra turns. Now, the problem with Mistrider Daithi, and this is going to be a nightmare. If he extra turns and gets an A3, he gets another extra turn. And then he gets A2, which gives him another extra turn. And then he gets another extra turn. It's like, it's going to be ridiculous. It's like, I don't think I can predict his damage properly, because I can't estimate how much damage he's actually going to do. Yeah, you didn't see this spreadsheet with the rabbit. I haven't used this spreadsheet in a while. It's a glorious spreadsheet. It's just very complicated. Why would I want to disable his A2? I want him to keep extra turning. That's the thing. Like, I want him to keep going crazy, because every time he takes an extra turn is more damage. So, like, just to put in as an example here, let's say that he's my only defense, my only DPS champion, right? Dave down here. I'm calling him Dave. He might not be called Dave. I don't know what his name actually is. He's fully booked. It's a 4-turn. It's a 4-turn. Yeah, we'll probably give him masteries. He hasn't got them yet. He isn't maxed up yet, but what we want to work out first is how much damage Mistrider Daithi can do. By the way, this is to be the man-eater build. Man-eaters would be like 3.6k 246. Let's just go with that. Let's go with 3600 245. It's not really accurate, but we're going to do it here. Let's find out how much Mistrider Daithi can do. Or counter 6 would have been 5.2 161. I've no idea what Seeker will be. Let's just go to Mistrider Daithi. If Nubs calls him Dave, then I'm not upset in any cultures. What's the bigger multiplier here? So yeah, so basically he's got a 100% chance to place increase attack and increase accuracy on himself for 3 turns. Then he gets an extra turn. Then he's going to attack all enemies, and he gets an extra turn if he places the decreased defense on the enemy. Now, what I need to determine, which is what we'll probably do in this test, is if the increased defense is already on the target, will he get the extra turn? Don't know. It's a 100% chance when booked. And then he's also got a 10% chance of getting an extra turn on the A1. So let's just do the A2. Again, configure it the same way. I don't want to use 1. He's going to probably be deadly position that. Stats. Uh, 250, 1216, 0, decreased defense, weaken. There'll be an accuracy aura of 40 with increased attack on and increased accuracy because he's a self buffer. We're going to be doing speeds of, he needs to be 239 and he needs accuracy, so we'll give him 220. 230 is fine. Now, what have we got artifacts wise? Not great. Because the thing is, he doesn't need an accuracy banner. So we're probably going to have to go with this. Then we're going to have to go crit damage. Attack. I feel like we've got an Irish song playing as I'm building an Irish champion, right? It's kind of cool. So we go with this one, or we could go with a little bit more, something with a little bit more accuracy. Like we could go with this if we want to supplement his accuracy, but he's not going to need an awful lot. I might leave the amulet open, see what it recommends, and then I think the banner is, the ring is basically as good as it's going to be. Well, mind you, there is a 18% one, but I mean, it's virtually the same. Okay, so we're going to take out the banner. We're going to leave the amulet in. $239. That's what we need. He needs to be in Relentless. I'm going to require it to always to include all of my Relentless gear because I want to use my best Relentless gear here. And we're going to give him a +3 and a +7, +5. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Let's see how big we can make Dave. No, we'll just see it because I'm so impressed with Mistrider on the free-to-play. I want to see what I can do on the main account with him. See us, Trev. Thanks for hanging out. Any HH Gaming Online help details what you just showed that an attack can produce high DPS? I think we've had some videos on it, Jay Corlora. It's very unique. It's basically when there are champions who have an incredibly high base attack multiplier, Maneater and Brogni, right, they have like 8 times multipliers, then the flat stat attack value is more valuable than growing it via crit damage. Essentially, his damage gets more value from physical attack than it does the crit damage component. Okay, so we can get, you know, by abusing and taking from different people. I mean, I don't really want to take it from Whisper, if I'm being truthful. You should be 1 now. Can I do it without taking from... Maybe I just include it. Let's just take out that. I don't really want to take it from Whisper. Can we make a poll after you build him so we can guess the damage stat? Yeah, of course. I don't know if we can build him tonight. I'm going to try. Just because I might be able to build him, but I may not be able to get the damage potential because I haven't done masteries on him, right? So I've got to run the masteries. Not much difference. It's good. I didn't want to take the gear off. No, I didn't forget accuracy. He's got increased accuracy buff, Flapjacks. He's always under increased accuracy. So the reason why it's recommended 158 accuracy is because 158 times 1.5 is 237. He should have the accuracy aura as well. So he's got way too much. That's why I don't really need accuracy on the amulet. That's why it's recommended not using it. So we can get 5.2k, 282%, roughly. So let's just use as a framework. Is that any cruel? No, it's in off pieces. That's fine. So he'd be in War Master. And Phantom Touch 2, so it's gonna calculate the Phantom Touch damage for me as well, how much he's gonna get. I do need to just change this though, because they changed the multiplier to 3.5 instead of 5. I think that's fine. I don't think there's any other 5s. I just need to reduce my Phantom Touch damage down, because obviously they nerfed it. And yes, holy hell, that is an equation. I know. Okay, good. What changed in the Discord app? Cannot see the videos. Says failed to load for HH. Well, I don't know. Nothing's changed. It's the first I've heard of it, Ranger. Maybe it's something wrong with the app itself. Maybe Discord's having problems. So in terms of the combined damage here, based on this prediction, which I think is somewhat wrong somewhere, we need to give it attack buff. This is going to show you, like, this is so crazy, right? Basically, without any buffs or anything, it's saying 9 million damage. If I say he's got attack buff, that weaken is active, that decreased defense is active, that he hasn't got any aura, he has no aura, because he's using accuracy. Cool. And then we're going to go, he's got Heart of Glory, or Grim Resolve, doesn't really matter. Bring it down. Methodical. And there's a 8% there as well. We add all that in. Now he's doing 24 million damage. Now, obviously, I don't think this is accurate. I think this is a lot higher. Because we can't actually estimate his extra turns. So he's basically doing 74 A1s, 38 A2s, and 38 A3s. So the damage spread is basically 25-49%. The problem is we can't account for counterattacks, which if we're running Retribution on his A2, will have a 50% chance. So you get a pretty good volume of counterattacks. We also can't contribute the value of the Relentless set or his A1, right? So if he's attacking 74 times with the A1, then at least 7 of those we'll give him an extra turn. So then we go, okay, we're going to get 7 more extra turns. Well, that could be another whole rotation of A3, A2, A1, A3, A2, A1. So it's really difficult to kind of know, because you need to know how, like, when he takes those extra turns, at what point does he take those extra turns? Is he going to then get a guaranteed extra turn? Yeah, it's considering the A3, but look, it's not providing any damage contribution. That's what the XL does here, right? Is it basically, it is calculating the damage at each point and calculating as it goes. So we get a combined total and a running total. The giants say here, the number's not important. The number up here is more important. So on average, you should do about 6.3 million from Warmaster. About 8, somewhere between 16 and 20, based on just the default. No extra turns, right? This is based on just his default configuration without any extra turns. So we know if he's taking... Well, we can kind of make an assessment here and say, well, he's taking 150 actions, right? Well, Relentless has a 18% chance to give you an extra turn. So we should get at least 27. At least 27. On top of his 7.4, which gives him another... Like... So we get 27, we're going to get 7.4. So we're already guaranteed to get another 34 from our A1 and Relentless. But then we can probably factor in even more, because essentially when he extra turns to his A3, that's another guaranteed extra turn, which then goes back to the A2, which is another guaranteed extra turn, which then goes back to the A1. So we're essentially building even more extra turns. So there's a very strong possibility that he could actually end up doing... I don't even think this is calculating properly, actually. Hang on. I don't even think I'm adding all these rolls up. Hang on. Yeah, I need to... Hang on. I've missed a whole set of damage down here. 198. We calculated it completely wrong because we missed all of his basics. So actually, we're at 26 million now. Just like skill damage. Before we even get like... anywhere, you know? Like, if I put it all together, he's at 28 million damage here. I don't even know why we're getting that there. That should be without N2. Right, so he's going to be taking 195 actions. So, on average, we should get 35 one turn. And there is a chance that you basically have a double roll. So there's a chance, I think it's like 0.18 times 0.18, 0.09, because it halves. So there's a 1.62% chance. So basically there's a 0.18 chance that it happens. So you get like 1 proc, 2, 3, 4, right? So the odds of me getting 3 is basically 0.18 times 0.09 times 0.045. And then what we would do is you take that odd. That's the odds of me getting 3 in a row. And you would just basically go sum of these actions. Now, I think I should be able to replicate this for the one above. Then back to a number. And then obviously it's that. So in reality, I probably won't get many triple, but I should, over those actions, get 3 back-to-back Relentless procs. Because the way that Relentless works is it's a depreciating cost. So the previous attempt is 18%, then the next one is half, then the next one is half, then the next one is half, and the next one is half. Eventually you stop taking extra turns. Was I good at math at school? Actually, I was pretty bad at algebra. What I'm very good at is min-maxing. So I'm very good at following it down the rabbit hole, for a better way. For counters, do A1 times percentage. I don't think the counterattacks count for Relentless, Rob. I don't think you can proc Relentless off a counterattack. I could be wrong, but I don't think you can. Yeah, no, I am doing that. So Juggernaut, I'm looking at it here, right? So the calculator is already taken into a factor that counter 6 is going to reset his A3 here. So you can see he's going A1, A3, A2, A1, A1, A3, A2, A1, A1, A3, A2, A1. So that's his rotation. So I'm already factoring that in. So all I've got in right now in his rotations, I've got 195 turns, which is without any extra turns. So we're going to get this set bonus, but we also have 9.7% chance on Relentless, right? So this is like 1 Relentless, 2 Relentless, 3 Relentless. 3 Relentless is pretty unlikely, right? It's pretty unlikely. Then we get the A1 extra turn chance is going to be this times 0.1. So we're going to get 9 extra turns. So basically, on average, we're going to get 48 extra turns. And that's before you realize that you could extra turn into A3, which is going to give you another extra turn, which is going to give you another damaging ability. Like, you could get another 75 attacks. Now, keeping in mind his A1 right now is contributing to 50% of his damage, and his A2 is contributing to 25%. His A2 per hit is around 168,000. The A1 is not too far off. They're about similar. Yeah, because the A2 is slightly better multiplier, but you gain methodical, so you gain 10% on the A1. So I'm like, how much did he actually go crazy? Philosophist, it's okay. It's basically on an ethos tier, Philosophist, but it's nothing crazy. It's okay. It basically puts her in the realms of like your ethos tier. Not a trender level, it's below that. In the A range. I mean, we could literally be sitting here, Grendel, just watching Mistrider Daithi go extra turn, extra turn, extra turn, extra turn, extra turn. So what I'm saying is it's very hard to estimate his damage because right now he's taken 195 actions. We can already see potentially, on average, he should take another 48. So he should be taking 25% more than he's currently been predicted. And that's not to mention then the extra turn into extra turns. So you could end up actually taking 75. So you could even be in a situation where potentially this could be double what it's being predicted as. Potentially. Now, the reason why we came here to start all this is we wanted to know about cruelty. So we use Ethos as a breakpoint, right? Ethos is considered the top A tier nuker in the game. The best of the A tier groups. So if when I say something's like Ethos, I'm basically saying they sit alongside the best of the A tier. But as people have put, like Juggernaut's pointing out, she's Spirit Affinity, so she's gonna struggle into Rotus and another magic based champions. You know, people like Elva, she's gonna really struggle to kill. So there's issues where obviously like my perspective is everyone just got Supreme Elhane, so why would you build anyone else? That's my perspective. No A3, no A3. You're finding 2 hits. It's not. It's probably because it's self-inflicted damages. No bonus multipliers. Cooldown 3-5. It's damage. It's fine. So we've got a basic build here of Maneater. All I need to do is figure out the skill configurations for the Maneaters, right? So I just need to enter this in here to begin with. So we're going to follow Purple Maneater. Oh, these are alternating, so I have to make sure I get this right. So you're doing A2, A1, A2, A3. That's your breakpoint here. So now we're going A1, A2, A1, A3, A2, A1, A1, A3, A2, A1, A2. God, it's going to be all over the place. Oh, I need to skip this song a second. I hate this song. I really need to take this one out of the... This is the only challenge with this spreadsheet is there's no way for me to export out of the Deadwood Jedi calculator, so I have to do it manually. 2A1. Then it goes A1, A3, A2, A1, A1, A3. And we go A2, A1, A1, A3, A2, A1. A1, A1, A3, A2, A1, A1, A3, 2 A1, A1, A3, A2, A1, A1, A3, 2 A1, 1 A3, A2, A1, A1, A3, A2, 1 A1, A3, A2, A1, A1, A3, A2, A1, A1. Oops. 3 A2 A1 A1 A3 A2 A1 A1 A3 A2 A1 1 3 A2 and A1. Okay, so Maneater. This build for Maneater, obviously number of hits here doesn't really matter because that's probably a 3. Cool. So we can see his damage exposure here is correct. So the Maneater is going to do around about 16 million based on this build. But we can also factor in, you know, there's 2 out of 3 attacks you're going to get attacked. So we can basically say 50 turns divided by 3 multiplied by 2, so 33.33, and I'm pretty sure the retribution 50 chance is a 50-50, so that's times 0.5, so we should be getting 16 counterattacks on average. So we can basically throw in a CA here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 to add some more damage in. So the question here the 6-star cruelty and 5-star phantom touch better, or is 5-star cruelty and 6-star phantom touch better? So what we can do now, we can go along here and we can go, okay, so let's just copy the exact same configuration, because although they're going to do it in different orders, they're going to be the same configuration into here. Just check the multipliers again, the attacks, the books. Just make sure the configuration is all set up right. There's no aura going on here. So it's kind of the same configuration. I don't really know why. Why are you doing more damage? Oops. Why are you doing more damage there? What's going on? Why are you doing more War Master damage? Oh. Something's going on. Hang on a second. Just need to check what is doing. Why? 1, 3. Page 17. Page 17. Oh, is that because of that? No. Times B12. Something funky's going on with the math. Nah, well, I mean, I can be soothing, I guess. So it should just be add up the total number of attacks. Oh, yes, because it should be... Yeah. That's what I changed in here. Got it. Because it's not attacking on some of them. There we go. It still should be the same. Because... Or did I just... 245? Yes, War Master. Why are we getting more A1s? Oh, because that should be A1. You find over time I mess with this spreadsheet and I'm like, why are things different? Because I manually wrote things in which I shouldn't have done. Okay, that's better. It should match, basically. Obviously, one love blessing. Right, okay, so... What we're going to do here, now this is all going to make sense. We've got the damage builds, the range of things for Mistrider Daithi Maneater and the other Maneater. So what we want to work out is... We've got a 5-star Cruelty and a 6-star Phantom Touch. Does that lead to more damage amongst these three? I'm not worried about the other two right now, because that's a whole nother problem. But right now, these three are combining to 67 million damage. Okay, these three alone are basically nearing 1 key. So if I swap this... So our frame of reference is 67 million damage. Because the Phantom Touch here is doing 1.9 million. Because it's getting an extra turn. It's rank 6, right? If it was to be 5, you'd see the damage goes down. It's getting 1.9 million. Obviously on Mistrider Daithi, it would be way stronger. So obviously having a 6-star Phantom Touch on Mistrider Daithi would be huge. So the question is it better to go the 6-star Phantom Touch or the Cruelty? Let's find out. So point of reference, 67.5 million, or specifically 67,531,171. 67,531,171. That's the first. Then we swap it over. 67,599. 67,599. 67,599,332, I think it is. 372. So, minus that. Basically, they're not that too dissimilar. Cruelty is basically 0.1% better. But here's the context, obviously. Cruelty will affect the other two allies. So if cruelty is even slightly better, then it's probably got better. Yeah, so basically what Nexus is saying is correct, right? We're assuming that 3 champions are benefiting slightly more than 5 champions. So therefore, when you throw in the other 5 champions, they're going to benefit more from the cruelty than the 1 Phantom Touch. The 1 Phantom Touch would have to be like 10% stronger than the cruelty to make it work. Not to mention that the extra turns on Phantom Touch, on Daithi here, will benefit from the cruelty. So yeah, so it looks like, based on this, that results in 67.53. This results in 67.59. Saf, have you spent time farming oil to ascend gear all the way to 6? Yes, some of them. For my PvP champions and my PvE. But I need to get back to it. Obviously the fusion is going to stop me, so... So yeah, I mean... I guess the answer is then... He's already Phantom Touch. This chick goes Cruelty. Get 7 speed. He goes, to be honest, I mean, you could go for an Aura. That would give me 15% more 40 accuracy, but I don't really think... I'm not really sure, like, 6 accuracy is worth it over Phantom Touch. I can get 1.5 million damage, so I might as well just go Phantom Touch, right? It's just better. The 400 attack alone is worth it. And then second Seeker here, also Phantom Touch. And then Licks obviously would come in probably with Brimstone. Right? If we were to give Brimstone 1 star to Licks, that's how much total you can get in 50 turns. Basically, if you can always place Brimstone, then 8.3 million gets added on top. That's the value of Brimstone. Then, of course, we get toxic damage here. Like, we would have to work out the Seeker turns. So, like, Hero 3. You'd have to work out counterattacks as well. So, you'd basically go... Seeker's in a much more defined status. So, it's A1, A2, A1, A2, A1, A1, A2, A1, A1, A2, A1, A1, A2, A1. And then as of this point here, Seeker is going to go A1, A2, A1, A1, A2, A1, and then A1, A2, A1. So he's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then he's going to do 2 extra rounds of it. A1, A2, A1, A1. Wait, I've got too many A1s there. Is it A1, A2, A1, A1, A2, A1, A1, A2, A1? Yeah. Should be A1, A2, A1. A1, A2, A1. 1. And then A1, A2, A1. A1, A2, A1, A1, A2, A1, A1, A2, A1. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Don't think I did that right. That should be fine. Yeah, it's fine. And then we need basically 2 more. So he should be, because he's technically going 3-1, right? No, this document's not available because you can see how complicated it is, right? Safa saved the rabbit. Well, I don't think I did much other than just complain. Like, eventually, we're going to probably, hopefully, embed some of this in the Deadwood Jedi optimizer, hopefully in the future, the calculator. That's my that would be my dream if we could get it working with Deadwood, but at the moment, this is my personal dock. Another thing we need to factor in, we're going to get 16 counterattacks. So now we need to increase this down. So that's 165. Like so. He's going to do 47 million. Something's not right there. There we go. Wrong attack multiplier. I was like, there's no way he's doing 47 million. Try that again, shall we? It's a bit better. No bonus multiplier. That's better. 14 million. That's more like it. Bring it down, yes. Grim Resolve, yes. Methodical, yes. Weaken, yes. Oops, I cannot pick things. Decrease defense, yes. No aura. Okay. So Seeker obviously is going to be in Toxic set. So we can calculate how much Toxic will work. Because we can basically go, well, based on the number of attacks he's going to do, which this is going, was it F17 to F22? Now, the only downside here is it should do it based on the skill damage contribution, not the actual... So it needs to do more of this, basically, because it's currently doing it based on the number of non-attacks. All of these should be doing this. Even you, Daithi. Brings Daithi down a little bit. But we're basically calculating the number of attacks. Now that assumes that Seeker is always going to be attacking, but obviously 30% of his skill presence is not attacking. He can't place Toxic on that skill presence. So we actually need to do it if the skill damage contribution is here. So we're going to have to update this a little bit. We're going to have to go sum of if hero damage 3 is greater than 0, then this. Otherwise 0. And we're going to have to do another one here. What I want to do here is basically do that, because we want to times it with that. So that's 1/8 special, a 3, a 2, a 1 counterattack. F17, 18, what am I doing? 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21, 21. So what this is doing, it's fine. I'm going to translate it for you now. Don't worry, just chill, talk about it. What we're doing here is I'm basically going, if he does damage, count the number of attacks he's doing, and then we're going to times it by 0.75 because you have a 0.75% chance. You could actually put that to 0.8 if you bring Sniper, and then we're going to times it by 50,000, which is the damage of 2.5% because you put it on for 2 turns. We've got a typo somewhere. Hang on. Should be... okay, what is it doing? Yeah, it should be the sum of this. Then times 0.8 times 0.5. Otherwise, 0. I don't know. Why is this not working? The top one, the leader. Yeah. So all I want to work out is roughly how much toxic is going to be as a value. No. I want you to... Oh, for God's sake. No. Stop doing that. Thank you. Okay, so we should have the sum of that times 0.8 times 0.5. Too much math even for me right now. This is meant to just be a quick adjustment. 113, is that correct? Yes, so it should be 113 attacks, and then we times 113 by 0.8, should give us 90.4, and then we times 90 by 4 by 50,000. No way, that's 45 million. What is that doing? Seems off to me. Yeah, no, 25. So the reason why I'm doing 50,000, too many zeros to start with. Is that the reason why? It's too many zeros. There you go. Thank you. Stupid systems. Right, okay. No more math. Night taught. Cool. Yeah, I'll give you the mini badge after stream. Right, so basically a toxic set on Seeker should be the equivalent of 4.5 million damage. Based on this. Because 113 attacks, 90.4. Procs, 90.4 times 50,000, because essentially it's 2.5%. So it's basically 25k, but 2 turns. It's 4.25 million. Now, obviously you can run Sniper and you can Master Hexer, right? So you can improve the odds of you actually landing it and lasting it longer. This is the minimum baseline. Plus, he's going to get 1.4 million from his Phantom Touch. Now, obviously, I've got him in a crazy build here. He's probably going to be more around 4,250% crit damage. Just to set it out in a bit more reasonable standing. So he's probably going to come in at around about 19 million. So now you can see it starts ramping up. And then obviously Countess Lix is last, but I can't be bothered dealing with that. So what I just wanted to work out is roughly kind of like what's our damage profile here. We're already at 90 million with 4 before we even put Countess Lix in. Should be good. He's obviously going to get benefits from that. So yeah, so I guess let's build some of them, shall we? After all of that. That looks like the best build. Do you know what? I was going to wait for champion training for Dave. I feel like I might just 60 him right now. I can't build him, see. I could run him now without masteries just to see what he's like. How much in champion training is 60 and something worth? Anyone know? Points. I haven't even... Do you know what? I actually haven't even looked at the fusion schedule here. My day has been that much of a mess, I haven't even looked at the fusion schedule. Let's have a look. Whoa. We zoom out. Let's have a look here. So they do the usual where they start the fusion on a Thursday, but really the fusion doesn't start till tomorrow because who the hell is doing Dragon when there's a Dungeon Divers that's probably going to like cost us an arm and a leg. So I've not done anything today on my main account because I'm waiting for the Dungeon Divers tomorrow. I'd have to wait till Saturday for the champion training event. That is a long champion training event. It's a 5-dayer. Like, how many is available? 155, but we skipped the leaderboard, so what is it? It's 15 you can skip. Okay. So what's skippable? I'd imagine you skip... So you could skip... Can't skip Summon Rush completely. Chase. You can skip the Chase completely, but you're not going to skip Chase, right? Because it's times 2 Ancients. So, like, I could skip Chase if I want to. And save my Ancients. But most players are probably going to pull that. So it's kind of a bit lame the way they've done it. But hey, you know, it is what it is. So you kind of have to get some fragments from the Summon Rush tomorrow. It's mandatory. Because you can't skip it. You can skip some of it. It's probably going to be like 5:15. But you can't skip any of it. So that's kind of lame. We got a Finite that corresponds with Dungeon Divers. Ice Golem that corresponds with the end of Divers and start of another one. That's okay. Spider, Dungeon Divers. So for my main account, because obviously I'll do this on the main, I won't do it on the free-to-play. I'm not worried about the free-to-play. I'm not doing this on the free-to-play. It's just not. It's not possible with the shards. But like I'll pull the Champion Chase because it's times 2 Ancients, not because of the fusion. On the main though, where do I want to skip events? I basically will probably pull the Summon Rush tomorrow, I guess, because it gives me the flexibility to save Ancients for a guaranteed Ancient if we ever get one in the future. Or I can skip the secondary champion training tournament completely in the last Dungeon Divers, because that means I don't have to do another training in Divers. Because the artifact enhancements are okay-ish normally, just far more silver. The Spider, Finite, Arena takedowns are auto wins. Yeah, the problem is next out, I need the banner slot. You need the speed. It's a lot harder to run in without the banner. We can build the others. Let's see how far we get building the others. And then we'll go from there, right? Let's put him in this gear though. Oh, I've got to figure out how to use this stupid filter thing now. So we'll put him in this gear here. Oh, I should check if I've done all my dailies in a second as well. So it needs to be Relentless. So Val is getting stripped out again. I feel like I've built Val and destroyed Val like 5 times. Why can't I find Relentless? Because they're not attack boots, they're speed boots. That's why. And if you get all of them in Summon Rush, you will have enough to pull the personal rewards. I probably won't pull it for a while, Sniper. I haven't even pulled Supreme Elhane yet. Oh, I've no storage. Never have any storage. I made another Geomancer. I need to rebuild him. Need to build Kellen. The thing is, they're adding another artifact set. It's like... I'm like, can we have like a window where you don't add another artifact set that I have to collect? I'm fortunate enough to know that I don't need to... it's fortunate enough to know that I don't have to farm Live Arena, right? For the other sets, but still. Just like, ugh. It irks me. Right, I should buy me some space for now. Mistrider, where have you gone, boyo? Wow, yeah, I mean, they need to do something about the storage. It's getting a bit out of hand right now. Varl. We are wearing a new chest. Obviously, if this is assuming max ascendancy, but for the speed tune, it doesn't matter. Bellinor's been losing his gloves again. Like, Bellinor's had a rough time of it lately. I build him and I break him and I build him and I break him again. Poor guy. Ironically, all the gear that I took off my champions when I re-geared my last clan boss is the ones that's going back on here. And then... Krila. I sent you 2 speed tunes on Discord, one with Ragnar, one with Ruella. Did you? It's a 400 speed Ragnar, though. That's very fast. That's very fast. 390 speed man-eater. I mean, that's a lot of area bonuses. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so the banner he's going to get is this one. Oh, come on, game. Attack. This one. Now, we do need to glyph a bit. Because he needs to be 239, right? At the moment, he is 234. So he needs to get, obviously... Wait, when I put that on there... Oh, do you know what? I'm an idiot. I forgot to take off the area bonuses. Friendly reminder. Tomorrow, I guess I better sort out these area bonuses in the optimizer because I'm even finding it impossible myself. 227. I forgot to take the area bonus off. I mean, you can get 400 speed acrobat, but building them to do damage and be useful is a whole nother thing, right? So the thing is, I upgraded my Great Hall bonus so that I could build the optimizer. That's why I did it. And for the other speed tune. It's fine. I'm actually really close to doing it. I just have been sidetracked with things today and yesterday that I haven't had a chance to do it. So it's a completely... Maybe I refresh. Yeah, we do need some storage options somehow. Hey Planty, how's it going? We are building Mistrider Daithi on the main account at the moment because I'm so impressed with them on the free-to-play. I want to see what kind of leverage I can do in Clan Boss. Why are you only recommending 2.9k attack now? What in God's earth? Oh. Try again. Put the banner back on him. How's it going, Bugs Bunny? Hey, YST. It's going well. We're building, YST, we're building a new clan boss team, because, you know, I'm obsessed with clan boss. We're building a Mistrider Daithi team in a man-eater comp. I haven't done a man-eater comp in a while. I'm so impressed with him on the free-to-play. I just can't help it. I mean, I think there is a limitation with the 1300, because you can even see, right, when you try to load in the accessories, it just lags so much. I know, right? Daithi, Dave. Oh, look. I can go 5.2k attack, 310% crit damage. What does this do to his build? We're even higher now. What's the change? I just wasted silver. Lord above. Immortal. Sorry, Fushan. You're losing your gear here. I don't use you anymore. Frost. 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 Fushan. Oh, I've run out of space. Oh. Give me something to sell. Yeah. Something to sell, please. There you go. You'll do it. I don't care. Just sell. I've run out of space. Oh, my lord. Right, where was it? It was Immortal. No. It was Fushan. It was Frost. There you go. Okay, so... how much do we need to glyph? 214. The banner will give him 224. And he needs to be 239. So a fair amount of glyphing to be done. So like here needs a glyph. That's a good start. It's a brilliant start. So that puts me at 4 plus 4. So it is now 222, 232. So I don't think I can go any lower than 239. No, so 239 is the minimum. So I need 239 minus 232. So I need to find 7 speed. Now here's the thing. So do we want counterattacks on the A1? Or do we go for Cycle of Magic? Considering how many actions this guy is going to be taken, do we want Cycle of Magic? Because that does bring with Law of Steel. Now, obviously, Law of Steel is not going to give me much benefits. It will give me more accuracy. I don't think it gives me any more speed. Just wondering. Like, we're taking so many actions. We're taking 200 actions. You know, the mastery for Cycle of Magic is 5% chance of decreasing the cooldown. So if we're taking... like, if we're taking 195 actions plus an expected 48 additional, at a minimum, we're taking 243 actions. which means that should proc 12 times. Whereas counterattack will only give us 16 procs. It doesn't matter, Dutchy. He could do A3, A2, A1 as many different times as he wants. He can extra turn as much as he wants, Dutchy, in this team. Because he's never going to get any... He's not going to fill his turn meter. He doesn't fill his speed buff. He doesn't add a buff. All he does is he just A3, A2... Like, he'll go before the man-eaters. So he can take as many extra turns as he wants. It shouldn't affect his turn meter. So it's basically, do we want 16 counterattacks? Or do we want 12 cycle of magics? Which could give us extra turns, which gives us a pat more... Like, keeping in mind that counterattack is 75% of the A1. So technically, a counterattack is worth 12 anyway. No, it can't screw it up. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. The Relentless will screw it up as well, mind. It doesn't really matter. But isn't Cycle Magic proc if you only take 30% of CB HP? No. You're thinking the Relentless, the I can't speak today. The Retribution is a 50% chance to counterattack when a champion loses 25% of their maximum HP, which will happen very quickly. Cycle of Magic is 5% chance of decreasing the cooldown of a random skill by 1 at the start of every turn. So he's taking 195 actions with an expected average of 48 extra turns. So we'll be getting 243 actions, which means we should average around 12% Cycle of Magics. And we should, based on the clan boss, average around about 16 Relentless Retribution counterattacks. But Retribution is reduced by 25% damage. So effectively, it's do I want 12 Cycle of Magics or do I want 12 A1s? What happens if Cycle reduces his A2 then goes out of order? So let's just say Cycle of Magic decides to reduce A3. Just as more actions. What if he decided to reduce A2? More actions. Now this isn't... I got a feeling he won't get the extra turn if decreased defense is already on the boss. But I don't think it matters. Right? I don't think it's going to matter. That's alright, Juggernaut. Mine's not working much either. Like, if we manage to Cycle of Magic back round to an A3, that could basically buy us a new extra turn. You're trying out that theory now. Yeah. Like, that's the thing, right? So, at the moment, he's a 4-4. So, whenever he A3s, he gets an extra turn. When he A2s, he'll get an extra turn. So, if he only A2s once every 2 turns, then he will always get an extra turn. Now, if he decides to A2 twice, for whatever reason, we'll say that we prioritize this, yeah? Oops. So, say like he does that. He might go A1, A2, A3, A1, A2, A1, A3. It doesn't appear to matter, does it? I don't think it matters. Anyone in chat see anything that could potentially make it a problem? Well, it won't give me 12 A1s, Mohammed, but it should give me a 1-turn reduction 12 times on some of my abilities, which could give me an extra turn. So if it gives me an extra turn back to an A1 or an A2, then potentially we get more damage than if we were to do Retribution. That's my thinking. Oh, did I not show you the screen? Sorry. I'm tired, as you can see. I thought I changed screens. So you can see, if I reduce it by 2, he just takes more turns. If I get a reduction A3, he just takes more turns. It doesn't matter whether he's prioritizing A2, he just gets more turns. I think it's fine. Doesn't matter if the decreased defense is on the boss. If he applies it with the skill, he will go again. But that's what I'm saying, Titan. If the boss has a 2-turn decreased defense, can he apply it? Therefore, can he get an extra turn? That's what I'm thinking, Grendel, yeah? As long as his A3 in his kit just gives him increased attack and increased speed and gives him an extra turn. It gives him increased attack and increased accuracy and gives him an extra turn. His A2 will just decrease defense and gives him an extra turn if he places the increased defense. And the A1 has a 10% chance of an extra turn. So there's no bonus speed. So I think it's okay. Hey, Liam. Anecdotally, I use Dave, and I don't think I've ever seen him extra turn when there's already 2-turn defense. That's what I'm thinking. I got a feeling if the... You know, in an ideal world, he only does it this way. So if I wanted to make it consistent, I wouldn't do cycle, I would go revenge. And that way I always get A2. Because in this instance, whenever he A2s, the boss should always have less decreased defense. If that makes sense, right? Because he will replace the decreased defense when he does A2 here with his new one. But he's going to go relentless. So it could go out of tune anyway. I think we just go all out RNG, try to get as many turns as we can and just see what happens. I only have one counterattack set. So I've only got one counterattack banner on him. I can't really get any more because I don't have any better on I don't have them for the silver watches, right? So the actual only good attack banner I've got is the relentless one. It is the revenge one anyway. Just lost my Taras and my Geo. Well, this Hydron is very done now. Oof. Rough. Yeah, exactly, Geekbait. So I don't think he gets an extra turn if he can't replace the decreased defense. So I'm going to go and assume Cycle of Magic. Now, I don't think it matters, because the only reason why I was thinking that could matter is if we go Law of Steel down the right. Because obviously I did this as if he was going Steadfast, but actually we could go that. Now, I don't think it's going to make a difference, but we'll put it through, just in case it can find a better setup. Yeah, so that's the advantage with Bat Eater, is you can run someone in Relentless because it won't break the tune. Because as long as the Man-Eaters go last, there's no speed buff that they outrun or anything of that nature. Liam, they have already fixed the rabbit. It's already hot fixed. It's live in the game. They did it within a couple of hours. So it has given me a different configuration because it's now giving me this setup. I don't really know why. Versus this setup. What is the difference? A fair chunk of damage, but I don't really know why. Because it's not like... I suppose the accuracy numbers dropped a little bit. Let's just push that to like a +10. See what we get. Hey, Ford Mustang. Yeah, I didn't think he would. But it's fine, right? Because we're going to run in Relentless anyway, so there's no guarantee that we're going to go A1, A3, A2, A1. He'll probably go A1, A2, A3, A1, 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 something like that. It's fine. He likes to A2 before A3 on default as well. It's now telling me this is better, because basically if I ran him with a bit of accuracy on the masteries, I can hit the minimum accuracy numbers better. So, annoyingly, mind you, you're a 3. I guess we're changing it up again. Do I even have space? Probably not. Let's get gear on people. Boltsmith, you can have a few pieces of gear. If I can find something that I can equip on you. I need gloves. Shield. Game is getting laggy. Okay. Can I just get a die? Right, where's the dude? Where is the dude? Okay, so we need to change the shield out here for... our good friend Gwyneth. And then the shield piece here. I probably need to rebuild Darkfey a little bit. Have I broken her yet? Where's the lower two? Is she in the vault? Oh, we really need a search function. I cannot find champions. Allure. Is anyone spotting an allure? She must be out. Oh, there she is. Right, so you're number 1. Are you number 1? Which one am I using? No, you're number 2. Which one am I using in Fire Knight? Number 1. Right, okay. So we're using number 1 in Fire Knight. And I guess... for Doom Tower, we are using... number 2. Yes. Okay, so... whenever we do the number 2, we need to keep it consistent. Otherwise, we break our Darkfey team for next rotation, which we don't want to do. So, number 2... basically just needs crit rate and speed at 17. Okay. Let's see if we can find a piece that's got crit rate and speed as a weapon. As close as we can get it. Preferably not in a good set. Oh, that's close. That'll be fine. Okay. Good. So you just got to keep mindful that some champions I can break, but I don't want to break too many, especially next rotation. I'm going to have to rebuild my Bommel team. Gnishak, unfortunately, if YST's still lurking, I broke it. I'm going to have to rebuild it. Dismal showing by me. Okay, so he will be 223 plus 10, so 233. So we need to still find some glyphage on him somewhere. Which is probably going to be the banner, I guess. Oh, look, that hasn't got any glyphs, to be honest. Big boy. 3. So now he's at... I actually don't... Actually, tell a lie. I thought I had revenge banners. The only revenge banner I have is accuracy and accuracy. So he's not going to get any revenge, unfortunately. Let's see where that puts him. So 226 plus the banner now that's got 11. That'll give me 227, 228. I need one more speed. I think. I need 239 exact. This is giving me 226. I'm going to get 11 from that banner. So it'll be 237. I need 2 more. Apparently. So probably the safest bet is to glyph the banner one more time. No, I need 2 more speed. So I'm going to have to glyph more than one. So I can either use that one or I can use that. I'll just do that. I think it's fine if it goes faster. It's fine at 240. So 226 plus 14 now. That'll get me 240. Great. He's good to go. Mistrider Daithi. 104%. It's good. And we're going to put him in there. This isn't got any masteries. So... oh, wait. I haven't done all my dailies. What have I not done my dailies on? Sure, I've done my dailies. Yeah, fine. Oh, God, I was panicking then. I totally haven't done these, though, have I? Quick wins. Let me just burn through this quickly. Right, so let's lock him in to 1. Let's live refresh. When he gets up here, he's going to be doing 78,000 with the A1, 80,000 with the A2. But against the target here of 1216, 119,000, 122,000. It's nice. So the next one we need to do probably is Countess Licks. I'm pretty sure if I try to do this in Toxic, this is going to not work. I don't think my Toxic gear is good enough. But we'll see. No, I didn't think it was. It's just not. Like, I could do it if I take away that. Probably, maybe. 2, 3, 21. I think it needs to be, yeah. It's just too far with Toxic. Because I just don't have the banner. That's the problem. I don't have the banners. Like, even that would only give me 11 speed. It would give me more speed, though. Maybe that's an option, but then I would lose it from my Allure. But then, does Allure really need damage accuracy? Can I build her better? Probably. I don't need as much speed. Hey, Green Virus. We are building a Clan Boss team. Yeah, Toxic on her is just not possible. Which it's kind of expected. It was a steep ask, really. We want crit damage with attack. Organized by attack. I really have bad banners here. Bad amulets. They're not great. Gotta say, they're not great. Probably Shazar's is the best one. And then we just want attack rings. Sort by attack percentage. I'll take Shazar's one, I will take hers there. Okay, so slots. Cool. We don't really have an awful lot of glyphs. We're going to see what we can get here. Let's go. Oh, nice. Let us know how that works. Wow, it's struggling to even do that. Why is it struggling all of a sudden? I built it earlier, so it was possible. Oh, that didn't reset. There you go. Our clan is slowly progressing 2 members to do Alternate, and we are very close to beat Alternate for the 2nd time ever. That's awesome. Glad to hear. Once you find a build on the optimizer, what's the best way to equip everything onto your champ? Either in-game, but if you equip in the optimizer, Big T, without hitting live refresh or upload, then it will hold that in the optimizer. Wow, this is a pretty big build. Like, she does have a very good base attack, Countess Lix. It's a very good base attack. 1498 for a support champion is really high. Multiplier of 1.6. Questionably, you might not want to use the A3. You probably can get away with just using the A1 all the time. It's kind of hard to tell, man. I don't really see the need to use the A2. It doesn't do that much more damage than the A1 because of the way the multiplier works. You'd only really use the A3 if you went Giant Slayer, but I'm going to go War Master on her. It's requesting so much accuracy. I don't know why I'm getting so much accuracy in. Probably just because of the banner. I wonder if I don't need the banner. I wonder if I can get away with that. And basically go for more accuracy crit damage option. Just go for that instead. Yeah, we are talking about eventually having it so that you can like equip from the optimizer. We are like getting somewhere near that, but it's a bit far away at the moment. That's a bit better. It's a pretty good damage build. Who's it taking off? So we're losing it from Lady Kimmy. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really want it to take my best boots. They're like so good. Can we do it with anything? Can we just like not use Lady Kimmy? No, okay, right, well, let's do that. I do not want it to take Lady Kimmy's boots. Because Lady Kimmy's boots is my best perception gear, and I don't want to use it here. There we go. It's finding builds. I'll be honest, probably we're going to have to finish this another night. Because I'm getting quite tired. But if we can build 2 champions out, would be good. Would you have a look at my count for another attempt at theorycraft, a classic non-unkillable team? Only if you have some time, of course. Yeah, probably could do it. Send me the link. I don't really want to take that. Just going to pick basically the boots. What are we taking? We're taking salad. Ah, that's pretty fine. That's fine. Let's just take that. Let's do that. Was that more damage though? Just let it pick. These. . Elva's really good for clan boss. She just fills a lot of problems. It's found 6 trillion builds. Of course it has. Ah. I keep missing too much of the stream. 2 Wednesdays in addition. Well, time is my problem in life. Time is always my problem. Do you want to send me the link to your account? You have to send it to me on Discord. It's slightly better damage when I use this. Slightly better. So I guess we use that. Although that kind of just feels like a better overall build. 324 speeds. 336. It's fine. Let's go with this one. This feels like just a better build overall. So we're going to go with this. Let's swap it around. Do I have enough space to build on it? That's the question mark. I have 4 spots in my inventory. This is all the gear that I took off my last clan boss run, by the way. All these speed pieces. Equip. Let's go to perception next. Need to take martial edge chest off of him. I can't run it tonight because I'm gonna have to do a lot of potion farming tomorrow because I need to basically get the speed up, which is fine. So what we'll probably do is I'll build this out now, and then we will probably finish there for the night. We'll have a look at Jeans's clan boss problems, so we'll have a look at that. But what I will do then is we'll finish it on Monday, because Monday the training tournament will be up, so we can get Mistrider built. I'll do his masteries in the meantime, maybe throw a barrel on him or something, because I never use the barrels anyway. So I got 17 of them. The cool thing about this is we can run different champions in tandem. I'll basically have a look at that. It's actually recommending this piece to get to 330, like 324 speed. It's recommending a 5-star helm, and this is why I never sell anything. All you guys in chat, they're like, "Oh, you need to start, get rid of 5-star gear." Sometimes 5-star gear pays off. That's all I'm saying. Happens every now and then. Sometimes the 5-star gear is kept because it's too good. Anyone spot a lethal? Where's lethal here? Lethal. That one. Yep. And then she needs to take that one. See, I don't really use the filtering function, I'll be honest, within the new stuff they've added, because the optimizer just does it so much better. It can't compete with the optimizer. Oh, maybe this one rolls good. Nope. Every so often, hoarding pays off. That's the moral of this story today. Every so often, being a hoarder pays off. We'll probably take Urticatas. Not that it really matters. We could take Shazars and save ourselves some silver. And then... I could literally, like, throw this into live arena for trolling. Imagine the scenes when my everyone's like, it's only Countess Licks, doesn't do anything, comes in, one shots the entire wave. They'd be like, what the hell is going on? I want this, please. Okay, so check. 323. Why are we only at 323? Do I need to glyph some speed? Well, that's already glyphed. That's already glyphed. We lost 2 there. Oh, yeah, we've got the thing there. Right. We've got Max Awakening. So she's at 322 plus 12. 334. So I don't need to glyph anything. Don't need to glyph anything. Should we see how hard she can hit? Let's find a semi-competent team here that I can attack. We're going to proc Resurgent for sure. For absolute certainty. Countess Licks with the Ramantu. Ramantu with... One of these days, the Sandra's going to get to level 60. Yeah, I mean, 6-star gear with the right rolls, Piyush, is always going to be better, but sometimes it's just the combination can be better. I mean, we can basically A2. Not that much damage, right? But I mean, we can cycle back round. Lock him out. Way. New meta, Countess Licks is the meta now. I suppose keep in mind, like, she's doing this without decreased defense as well, and Savage Cruel. Like, she's basically chunking a good bit of damage there with just weaken out, which is quite a lot. If you had proper drop defense... Like, if we were to do it more properly and go, instead of Romantu, we bring in, like, a Madame Cerise. Although she's not going to be fast enough. I don't actually have a drop defense that's that fast. Which is kind of a problem, really. I don't have a drop defense that's that fast. I guess we'll just have to wait and Ceres it back round. Can you finish the faction wars? I need 3 left. Can you help me? Yeah, of course. What ones are you struggling with? Chop no pork. What ones are you struggling with? I guess we just kind of like, I don't know, do that. So we can do that. And then we do that. And make sure he doesn't get a turn. Ah. It's annoying. Alright. Ceres just stole everything. I mean, it's not terrible. Why am I doing this? What am I doing? Don't even know if I can, like... Okay, I got a rotate. Yeah, that's cool. Lizardman, Night Revs, and Demon Spawn. Okay. Let me just finish this stupidity that I'm doing here. Oh, he doesn't have Revive. Okay. Oh, for the love of God, that is Ceres. Why? She ruined my plans to play the game. Oy. Oy. Can we actually test this nuke now? Come on. Right. How good is it? It's pretty trash, right? It's not the best. Certainly not the worst, but it's clearly not the best. Someone's battle log, they'd be like, what the hell was this guy doing using a Countess Lix as a nuker? To be fair, she's weak affinity to this as well, which doesn't help. Yeah, it's not the best. I've seen better. Right, which one's it? Lizardman, Night Revs, and Demon Spawn. Demon Spawn. MVP of that faction. Golos Helmor. AoE decrease defense. Very good. So if you can get him with like a Magna and then probably with like an Umbral. Umbral Gorlos is what I used to set that up. Obviously I've used Duchess and other things. Umbral Gorlos. It depends what you've got available to you, but Gorlos is what I always go and advise people to look for because he's got that AoE drop defense. It helps against the Valkyrie waves and different things. And then you want Umbral to control the Valkyrie wave. Hey in the bin. We are just finishing up a few things. Giving some advice and guidance here. The other thing you had was Lizardmen. The cheat code for Lizardmen is basically Vargal if you've got him. If not, someone like a combination of Venomage paired with like Aox as a good setup, and you can bring like a is it Basilisk is in this faction or is it in the other one? Yeah, like a Basilisk. Where is he? He's in here somewhere, isn't he? Yeah, Basilisk. Basilisk A1 stun set with Venomage and Aox is a good foundation for this faction. Obviously if you've got like Razin, makes sense to put him in here. If you can get something like one of the other legendaries, are really handy. It depends what you've got, but definitely like the way that I did 21 is I basically had Vargal with a Skull Crown, and the boss kept killing the Skull Crown, and the Vargal kept reviving it. It's pretty easy. Broadmoor's a good option as well. And the final faction you were struggling with was Night Revs. Yeah, these are the common ones that people struggle with. Big MVP for Night Revs. Massive MVP. If you can get yourself a Whisper, she is a monster for this. Because she basically eradicates one of the Valkyries straight away. She's a Giga Charged Faceless. I think she's better than Faceless for it, but Whisper really helps. You can also try and get Thylesia. Thylesia is a hard carry for Faction Wars because you get AoE drop defense with an AoE extension. Very, very, very good. So something like a Thylesia Whisper with a Rector Wrath. And then if you can get any of these legendaries, they will help. Shield sets are really good. Bolster sets are really good. Regen sets are really good. Even like I remember doing back in the day, the Skinwalkers. I had like a Rain Beast. I had a Steel Skull. I had Ursine, Ironhide for decreased attack, and I also had Norog, because it was my only legendary. I had 3 of them in regen so that the Steel Skull didn't have to heal everyone. It made a huge difference. It's much easier to build now with lots more shield sets available. But those are the 4 hardest like places. They're the hardest ones, right? For sure. For sure, they are the hardest ones to do. Regen and Bolster, Regen and Shield, and Regen and Guardian are the lifeblood of Faction Wars. Don't underestimate the value of Guardian. Is Daithi even going to get a turn here? Probably not, because Vlad is just a monster carry. Here he goes. Look at him go. Look at him go. Good old Dave. For some reason, though, Mistrider Daithi likes to use his A2 before he does his A3. It's kind of annoying. Like you see here, right? He will do his A2 if he has the opportunity. I mean, if you've got Draco, yeah, Draco, Venomage, Aox, and Broadmoor, that will hard carry. You just probably need to build them tankier with stun sets, right? Just get more stun sets in there. Draco is a hard carry when you get to the boss. So, I mean, he likes to use his A2 before his A3. It's really kind of annoying. My Vlad is at around about... Here he goes. Here he goes. Oh, didn't get extra turns. It's much more fun watching him on the free-to-play. I have less Giga Charge champs to just one-shot things. Vlad's around about 250 speed, about 300-ish accuracy, and then just like 6k attack, 170% crit damage, something like that. Vlad's a monster, honestly. Vlad does more than Constantine half the time. About Nogdar, is he good for arena? We haven't actually looked at Nogdar. I'll pull out Nogdar now. What's so good about Mistrider Daithi then? Where is he MVP? He basically just can take so many extra turns. Like, on my free-to-play, he is in every team. Do I have a Discord? Yes, I do. In my free-to-play, he is in every single team. Because he's got AoE decreased defense. He removes buffs on the A1. Like, he's just... If I take Vlad out of here, just so we get a bit more... Like, you get A2, extra turn, A1. Extra turn, extra turn, extra turn, extra turn. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I think he's going to be insane for Clan Boss. Because he's just going to, like, stack up the extra turns constantly. Look at him go. It's nuts. Extra turn, extra turn. You fed your Whisper. Wow, that's a disgrace. He's just a monster. Like, he's matching Constantine. Okay, Constantine only took one turn, but, like, you see what I mean? Like... The dude is just like non-stop after non-stop. He needs to take a chill pill from time to time. I'm pretty sure Mistrider Daithi, Oella, and Elva, for me, will hard carry my Silver Watches all the way through to the end. I don't think he dies. Now, technically, I want Grim Resolve. Because we're building Unkillable. He's just going to be nuts when I build him out fully. He's going to absolutely, like, be bonkers. Right, let's go throw Nogdar in the arena. Can I find someone? Yeah, you're good. Let's do this. Nogdar. And let's just get rid of... How fast are you? 98. Good. No. I'll one-shot the non-boss waves acrobat. I don't even think I'm worried about it. I'll use Kellen the Shriek and this dude. So this is how you work this, right? You basically A2. And the idea of it is now, you get an extra turn. This is fine. Because now we take this, drop that down, kill. Extra turn. Kill. Extra turn. A2 again. Doesn't matter if I die, I'm up again. It's fine. What do? I go back to the ability. Extra turn. Kill. Extra turn. Okay, exchange. Cool. Thank you. Extra turn. Nogdar will be insane when you use him correctly. If you can get him set up to work correctly, he's going to be really strong. Even in this kind of go second setup, right? Instead of going first, let's go second. Let's go and set up Duchess, Necret. Just like that setup. I haven't even been to Finite Hard. I've had too much fun in other places. Let's take out some buffs. Let's just take out you. And then I want to just watch what we can do to the Pythian, guys. Ready? Plop. That Pythian is dead meat once he comes back out. So we go extra turn. Drop again. Blop. Yeah, when Hellhades was trying to show it on stream, I think like he was trying to fight the ultra meta. I don't know if he can compete with the ultra meta. I think that's quite hard. But certainly some of these really annoying, like slow, tanky teams, he looks like he's an absolute monster. Like this team here, right? Normally would terrify the hell out of you. He just bypasses a lot of really annoying situations. So, for example, what I can do is I can go... Let's just get this out to start with. Get some stuns. Okay, that's kind of annoying. So we're just going to plop some damage out here. I got some options here now. I can either do the Pythian, because he's going to revive, or I can just go, no thanks, Rotus. I can't kill the Rotus because of this, but... He's going to get freaking hexed now in a minute. You can equalize Rotus HP. Yeah. Yep, you can. Don't. Ugh. Stop. Ah. I have him in triple revenge. Doesn't work into Mithrala very well because of the goddamn hex. Right, can I get some control on this? Some of those out, nice. Okay. I can't do that. Oh, this is why I hate arena. Right, protect him. Right, go again. I shouldn't have done that, killed him. Yeah, Stone Skin Necret can be okay. Mine's in Bolster because I think it's more valuable because it self-heals. The annoying thing is the Mithril is the problem here. And the Ultimate Death Knight, of course. Right. To protect him, let's just get rid of the Pythian. Can't kill him because of the stupid ultimate death knight. I hate this champion. With a passion. It needs to be removed from the game. Honestly. Ah, for the love of all that is real in the world. Right. We've won now. Eventually. Get an instant revive. That's the value of it. So he brings a little bit of utility. Oh yeah, we don't talk about Yumi either. And now we can just... Like, I don't want to proc his passive. But yeah, you can bypass Rota's passive as well. You can't one-shot me through that, mate. Reset him down to 1. Doesn't matter if I die. Come back alive. Full turn meter. So, there is utility there. If you set him up correctly, he can do an awful lot of work to defeat the enemy. Like, those type of tanky slow teams, if you play it correctly, I probably played that incorrectly, to be honest. You can do an awful lot of work to win. You know, and he's that build I've got him in is nothing special. It's nothing special. Yeah, he runs with max turn meter, not 100. He revives with 1,000 units, not the max. Hey, Scradia, I'm okay. I'm a bit tired, but I'm okay. But yeah, it's nothing crazy. It's in thrown together frenzy gear. Frenzy Cruel. With Helm Smasher. Nothing crazy. He's just a monster for dealing with awkward situations, because this will just completely bypass. So you go A2 to get yourself to half HP, then you A3 to get yourself to 1 HP. That equalizes the enemy to 1 HP. Then you can come in and finish them off with an extra turn, get an extra turn. If you're lucky, the A2 procced Cycle of Violence, which means it's off cooldown, which means you then go A2 again to drop your HP, you revive, you come back with maximum HP. It's insane if you can get it to... If you can get the rotation and get it working, it's going to be very good. It is going to be exceptionally good. Right, so all we have to do over the weekend is get the Masteries for... Let's just check we've got Masteries for Seeker 2. Anyone spot Seeker 2? Yeah, Masteries for Seeker 2. Probably need to redo those. He's going to need to be this, this, this. And then that. Even though nobody gets stunned. Does anyone get stunned in my team? No. So, I mean, deterrence is kind of useless. Nobody gets stunned. Take that, it's fine. So he doesn't need masteries. He's good to go. What about man-eaters? Man-eater 2. Apparently hasn't got any masteries. Man-eater 3 has got masteries. Okay. Apparently I woke the wrong mastery, so I gotta do some man-eater masteries. Dough. So that's fine. He's gonna have to get farmed up. So we need to build man-eater 2, man-eater 1. Let's just go set up a team for it. I don't even think I've done it properly today. So it's going to be Mistrider Daithi, Dave, whatever his name is, I don't know. We'll have man-eater, Seeker, and Countess Lix. We're going to call it Dave Lixer. There you go. Need to tell him to use that first and second because he's an idiot. We need this guy to go first, second, first, second. Got to tell him to do it. As they're an idiot, they won't do it. I don't really think I should put the A2 out. Yeah, not family friendly, right? I probably should change the name. Yeah, Revive on Death buff doesn't give you turn meter, but his passive will. So if he dies, he comes back with 100% turn meter. Because it's unkillable geek bait, so we're going to be on 0% HP more than we are going to be on damage. So when we actually do damage, we're going to heal. I actually mistake that. I should have taken a life drink on Seeker. I might have to lose 150 gems. I might have to replay. I think I just wasted 150 gems. Not thinking. I don't really think I need... I don't think this is worth using. I think I just A1 all the time and just say don't use that because I think the multiplier is the same and I think this is more damage books, so it's the same damage books. I think this is just better, just A3, A1 all the time. I think I messed up. I should have taken Life Drinker. I should have taken Life Drinker. And the team doesn't have Leech, so goodbye 150 gems. Never play this game late at night. Should probably take this as well. The reason why I need Life Drinker is when they drop below 50% HP on Unkillable, then they use Life Drinker to get themselves back up to 50% HP so that they can get the Retribution to activate. So if I don't have Life Drinker, he can't heal beyond 1%, which means you just end up in this position where you can't get Retribution. So that's why. Made a mistake, but it's fine. It's only 150 gems. It's okay. Because you want to always have that enough people there, so you always want to have the counterattack going. We're going to call it Calm Down, Dave. So yeah, so I've got to do masteries on... Why are you pinging me here? Don't know. Got to do masteries on Dave and Maneater because apparently I didn't do masteries. My advanced quests are broken. The single affinity battle in classic and make upgrade on accessories. Anyone else got issues? Not heard of any issues. Maybe restart your game. Oh, don't even go there, Preston. If my Ultimate Death Knight's the first legendary on the free-to-play, I'm going to lose my mind. I will lose my mind. Yeah, I mean, you'll counterattack if someone else on your team loses HP, right, Juggernaut? But what you want to do is make sure that everyone has a chance to proc it for you. So that's how it works. You use Life Drinker to heal back up, and then you use the Retribution. So, yeah. Right, we'll have a look at Jean's account quickly. So you're running like a Helicath style team, right? Who's Jeans? Acrobat, sorry. He used Acrobat changed. It was Jeans. That's why I'm saying Jeans. My bad. Acrobat. So you're not happy with this. You want a classic team, do you? Is this not producing enough damage for you, or what's the problem? You want to do a real team? I mean, it is a real team. What do you mean by a real team? I mean, so Demitha is kind of required for a lot of comps. So if you want an affinity team, well, you've got Krisk. A Neri could be another one. So you've got a Neri. So you can get a Corpulent Cadaver. Do you have Brogni? You don't have Brogni. So you can't do an infinity comp because Brogni is required. You've got Kyoku? No. Taragi? Ooh. How much for takeovers? I actually don't do official takeovers because I'll leak your login information. I'm really bad at it. You could do something like Martyr, Mithrala. Martyr, Mithrala. Krisk. So you go Martyr, Mithrala, Krisk. Poisons, Krisk, increase attack. Someone to strengthen. So we just need cleansing because we haven't got a cleanser. So block debuffs. Elva could go in there. So we could do Elva, Mithrala, Martyr, Krisk. Because that gives you the block debuffs and a cleanse option. You get ally protection. You get buff extension with Krisk. You get AoE. You get a single target decreased defense. You get poisons. You get increased attack. You get increased defense. You get strengthen. You get a shield. So all we'd probably want is like maybe a secondary source for decreased attack just to be safe. I mean, we do Martyr and Krisk together as a combo. You could basically throw in a damage dealer for last. Could be anyone you want. Someone who just deals damage. Like, you could even throw in Rhonda if you wanted to, or Ninja. Yeah? So you could kind of go Elva, Mithrala, Martyr, Krisk, Ninja. Elva gives you increased speed block debuffs. Mithrala gives you increased defense, increased attack, poisons, strengthen and shield. Chris gives you buff extension. He gives you the ally protection. He gives you the different things. You could go Rhonda as well instead. Rhonda would probably output reasonable amount of damage. Rhonda would hit really hard in a counterattack. Because you get attacks all the time, especially if you punch her with a brimstone. So that's what I would do. Rhonda, Marta, Mithrala, Krisk. Who's the last one? Elva. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I could probably adapt one of my clan boss teams here. So Kyoko 2-1. Oh, getting tired. Let's try this one. Not tonight, solo dolo. I'm knackered. I'm running out of energy. But next stream, solo dolo. If you message me on Monday, or if you want to message on Discord, we can plan ahead. Then definitely. So we want Krisk, Marta, Elva. Not Elva. Krisk, Marta, Elva. Mithrala. Wanda. And we need to somehow make this into a 2-1. That makes sense. We might need to split the extender with the protector. Potentially. Could be a problem. Do that. There you go. Kind of falls into tune here. Champs are in the wrong order though. Krisk needs to be in Marta's spot, so that needs to be 254. 222. Fine. Good. It's Elva. I want to make sure prioritize that. There. Good. A2 there, protected. Okay, that's what I would do. Yeah, I'm tired, Mythical. It's been a long day. That should do it. There could be some tweaking and some movement for speeds. You can obviously pull in the aura from Elva. If you want to use Elva's aura, which is, what, 19%? You can choose if you want to use Marta's aura or Elva's aura. If you want to drop the speeds to get yourself defense, then you can do so. But this should work on Nightmare. Ultra Nightmare. So what you've got here setting up, right? You've got Krisk on an A3. So Krisk is going to apply his ally protection here, but also extend it. So basically at this point, everyone has got ally protection, right? On this wave here, everyone has got increased defense. Everyone has got ally protection. Everyone has got counterattack. Everyone has got strengthen at this point, right? Pretty much everyone's buffed up. Then here, Krisk is going to reapply the ally protection. Mithrala reapplies the shield. So you've got a shield and you've got strengthen here. And also increased defense on everyone because it's been applied by Martyr. And then Elva's going to provide you stun immunity by placing A2 on the final turn. You'll just have to make sure whoever's taking the stun can stay alive. But that should last quite a while. It's a very tanky team. And you also get a lot of damage out of it. Rhonda can just be punching. Just build it to punch stuff. Okay, let us know how it goes on, but that's what I would recommend. Right. Well, let's save this wonderful little speed team that we're building. I think that's a pretty successful stream. I got some grinding to do. So I've got to do, obviously, a lot of Sand Devil grinding. I've got to get these champions built. But yeah. I am going to call it there. Thanks for hanging out, guys. How offensive, defensive would I need to build Rhonda for that? Just see how it goes, right? So if you build her for some damage, if she's struggling, then build her more defensively, right? Just see how it goes. She'll survive a long time because of the strength and an increased defense, right? I would just aim for like 2.7k defense is a good position. And then just try and get so much damage. Yeah, over 50 turns. It should last over 50 turns, I'd have thought. It won't be quick though, because there's going to be a lot of attacks, right? You're counter-attacking and everything, and the animations aren't fast. But Rhonda should punch some damage. And Mithrala, you'll see how powerful Mithrala is for Clan Boss. She's insane. Totally underrated. Very, very strong. So yeah. But anyway, I'm going to get some sleep, guys. I'm broken. Patch note video might be out on the weekend, but it might be Monday. But yeah, good luck on the fusion if you're going for it. I'll catch you on Monday. I'm going to start grinding now for the rest of the weekend. Ciao.